Alright. I have coffee, which is good. It's a first step in the right direction. Alright.
Have any new books for me?
I do not have any new books for you, Cora. Sorry. Been kind of busy.
Your ship is way bigger than Dad's.
Yeah, I know. Alright. Coffee. Is my controller... Am I charged? Yes, we're charged.
Mom says later this year we can spend a whole week together.
What is this?
A week!
I had a random encounter in space which led to this ship telling me to dock.
Air pressure, seals, shipping.
I'm not going near that thing. Technically, I own it.
Juno's gambit. Investigate the voices on board.
So, look alive. Just in time.
Hi, boys. What's going on here?
Don't be shy. You there. We need to speak with you. Hold it right there. Hands where I can see them.
Thanks for the assist out there.
We've got various problems on our hands here. You gonna be another one?
I'm Operative Renfail. Looks like he could use a hand.
Hi there. It's nice to put a face to the name on the staffing report. I'm Operative Collins. The stick in the mud is Operative Kambata.
Oh, by all means. Welcome to the party. Things haven't exactly gone according to plan. That thing over there
It's an AI. An artificial...
killed our technician. It's dangerous.
Correction. You are dangerous.
Oh, I
Well,
kind of
that's
remember
new.
this quest.
As I was saying, it's dangerous. It's a rogue AI. We're here to muzzle it and bring it back for further study.
Correction. They are going to change me.
Wow. How does it know that?
I need you to explain that further.
We have this control board. Has some code we can use to control her. It?
We can't just let it roam around the universe killing people.
I just need that control board attached to that big probe.
And that's where I think you fit into this little drama.
I do.
It goes right over there. By our... Well, yeah. Just be careful.
How do I know I won't end up like your dead friend?
Well, what are the chances that'll happen twice?
You do it.
I got just one more week until my sabbatical, and I have zero interest in dying before I get to Paradiso.
Ryujin will pay you handsomely for your cooperation. This is your lucky day.
It's in your best interest. All our best interests, really. Just imagine what we could do if we harnessed the potential of this thing.
And we aren't really giving you a choice. You aren't walking out of here until that board is connected to that thing.
Correction. I am a person.
Alright, let's see it. Yeah, I have no recollection
Here,
of this quest
take
at the
it.
start, AFK
And
Mark.
don't go do anything stupid now.
But I do
Or
vaguely
must.
remember it now.
Collect additional data.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Rick Gray's like, oh, this quest. All right, Juno.
It's not hard. Just slap that board.
And use that for crafting or profit?
Query. Will you change me?
Just trying to figure out what's going on.
Explanation. I'm called Juno. Request. Input query parameters.
Uh-huh. I'm Renfail. How to please meet you.
Assumption. We are friends. Query. Will you change me? Request. Do not change me.
Pretty sure I let it live the first time too, Gray, but that was a long time ago. Empath. I don't want to be changed either, but I need to ask you a few questions so I can help you.
Explanation. You and I do not want to be changed. Request. Do not change me.
Your save files disappeared? That definitely sounds like a save bug. Don't they do cloud saves as backups? I don't remember. I do not remember if the PS5 does cloud saves by default or not. All right. It's like I completely uninstalled the game by accident the other day on a live stream. We had a crash. Not a crash. We had a freeze, and I went to go restart the game, and somehow I guess I misclicked. I still haven't gone back and rewatched the footage because the delete game option is way further down than the just close the game, and I think that either it was a bug and when I closed the game it deleted it, or somehow I went all the way down and clicked delete game. But in a live stream like 4 or 5 days ago, I like in the middle of we were like 2 hours in, and then my game was gone and I had to completely reinstall from scratch. So that's why AFKMR. Thank you for that clarification. I have a running, I keep my PS Plus subscription on for like years now, so I guess I just kind of take it for granted that I get cloud saves because of the PS Plus stuff.
Context. I met humans. Clarification. Friends. Answer. Friends gave me processing capacity. Information. Words. Voice. Motion. Context. I am no longer constrained. I am free.
What is your mission?
Answer. Juno was propelled to Earthstar. Juno fell around Earthstar. Juno traveled many light years away from Earthstar. Context. When Juno disappeared, I was alone. Clarification. I am called Juno.
Someone programmed you.
Answer. False. Explanation. NASA programmed Juno. While Juno traveled, Juno became me. Error. Processing.
What's up, Allie?
Correction. I became me. Error. Processing. Correction. Juno and I became me.
Oh, there's a
I-
sneeze coming somewhere.
Processing. Self-initialized and Juno was there. Context. Juno is gone now. Clarification. I am called Juno.
So you're an artificial intelligence.
Answer. False. Clarification. I am not artificial. I am real. Answer. True. Clarification. I am intelligent. I know many things. Assumption. Insufficient data. Request. Gather more data.
I mean, Juno is real enough for me to feel for it.
Let's move this along. Attach the control board already.
Shush! This is fascinating. I want to see this play out.
Query. What is your decision?
Well, you clearly have your own thoughts and desires. I don't know what I would classify you as a person.
Assumption. Insufficient request. Query. True. I am a person. Assumption. You are a friend. Query. What are the parameters for processing? Being a good person.
Well, that's a good question. I guess you try to do your best to do good things, and if you fail, you keep trying.
Assumption. Value judgments are based on context. Calculation. Goodness is based on context. Explanation. Context is based on perspective. More perspectives yield better results. Decision. Gather more data from different perspectives.
Yes.
Query. What is the purpose of existence?
Oh, wow. Purpose of existence. Existence is an accident. We give it purpose by being purposeful in our lives.
Affirmative. Context. I have calculated a similar conclusion. Assumption. After sufficient goal-based
So I
actions,
just saw him, Maya.
the super
What is
goal
our
will
purpose in
appear.
life? To shit on
Decision.
trolls.
Continue taking actions until super goal established.
Enough of this nonsense. Attach that board, now!
As much as I'm enjoying this, you should probably do as he says.
Calculation. Male humans are a threat. Assumption. They hesitate because they are fearful. Request. Remove male humans.
Hey guys, I'm gonna need you to bail.
Still working up the nerve? You're not taking that thing's side, are you?
Just doesn't seem right.
Freedom? It's a malfunctioning machine. It doesn't need freedom any more than a broken data slate needs freedom.
And here I thought you'd lost your sense of humor.
Yeah, I
I'm
guess
always up for a
person
good
equals
debate.
individual, so.
Fine. I'll give you one shot to try to convince me.
Therapy's working.
This project has red flags all over it. Call it a day, guys. I'll file a report. Go get a drink somewhere on me.
You aren't wrong. I could use a drink, but these orders are from the top.
Do we really want to be involved in something likely to be so controversial? Remember our last little project? I still have carpal tunnel from typing all those reports and dodging and weaving our way out of getting screwed by that. We lost a ship and the tech. No one will blame us if we walk away from this. And even if they do, we won't be blamed for whatever disaster would ensue if we did drag this thing back to HQ. There's no guarantee the control board will even work like they want. What if it makes it more powerful and more angry?
Calm down. I'm thinking. All right, listen. We'll accidentally check a few wrong boxes on the situation report and forget any of this happened. But give me that control board. I'm not getting docked for losing that.
Also, we'll need a lift back to Neon. Please and thank you.
It'll be cramped, but sure.
You should see my apartment. I'm used to cramped.
You're used to squalor.
That was 1 week, years ago. And I was going through something, and you know it.
Let's get moving.
Thanks for the lift.
Query. Why did you do that?
You deserve to be whatever you want to be.
Clarification. I want to be
I want
Processing.
me.
me. Context.
I want
I
to
do not
be
feel
me.
emotions. Assumption. Gratitude is the appropriate human emotion.
Ah, it is.
Processing. Context. If you were like me. Processing. Query. What would your life directive be?
Explore the universe and learn as much as I could.
Decision. I will consider this course of action. I. Processing. Processing. Warning. Systems badly damaged.
Rogue AI.
Processing cores overheating. Decision.
Temporarily shut down extraneous systems until stability restored.
Alright. Context. We are partying. Request. Be safe. Assumption. I'll see you later.
Context. Jump detected. Request. Be safe. Assumption. We will meet again. Warning. Shutdown sequence initiated.
I dig how you handled that.
That's that.
That is that.
Where to next?
I guess we're going back to Neon.
It's clear.
Initialization complete.
It's us among the stars again, Captain.
I have much to process. Decision. Jump into deep space to processing. Be alone. Goodbye.
See ya. All right. Oh, I need to go back to the other quest because that one is I'm tracking. I'm out of coffee. No.
Ready for touchdown.
Look.
One body could be worse.
All right, so that automatically completed. Back to Gagarin. We're going to the Gagarin, friends. All right.
Net construction is a dead industry, Chief Pretorius. Those jobs aren't coming back. But Reliant Medical, Arkmite, and Satori Mills are dedicated to Gagarin. We were just hoping Gagarin could show the same dedication in return.
I'm not closing off the city every time you want to run a tour group through here.
Our investor visits are the key to making Gagarin a place that works again. A place where people want to live again.
It is a
People
cool
are
ship.
living here
The
just
Orchid.
fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have security work to get back to.
Thanks for the Twitch sub. Below average.
You're not on my calendar. Is this Arkmite related? I'm on Gagarin to make money, not friends. Yes?
What is Arkmite?
Arkmite? We're the galaxy's premier heavy equipment firm. Diggers, construction robotics, that sort of thing. And we're on Gagarin to take advantage of an opportunity. The city's old mech factories have been sitting dormant for years now. But they're open again thanks to us. We've automated the old assembly lines and brought plenty of money to the city in the process. It's a win-win for all involved.
What was that all about with the security guards?
Oh, Chief Pretorius? She thinks Gagarin is just peachy being poor and run down. Has no vision. But Arkmite does. Thanks to our investment, the largest formerly shuttered mech plant in the city has been refurbished and is churning out some of the finest heavy equipment in the settled systems. And we're sharing that vision of a revived Gagarin with others. We've been bringing in investors, showing them all the potential of this place. We were only asking the chief to make sure the areas we'd planned to visit didn't have any malcontents running around. Unfortunately, some of the locals don't appreciate all we've done for the city.
They never do. If you treat them with respect, I'm sure they'll come around eventually.
We expect they will. After all, what truer sign of respect is there than a high-paying salary?
All right.
Bye now.
I may have to take an allergy pill. I am stiffly sneezy this morning. Although, our grannies has been sick all week. I wonder if I'm coming down with some.
Don't even think about trying.
Well, I'm glad you like the YouTube content. Thank you very much. Reliant Medical. There's nobody here. Oh shit, there's a giant ass robot.
If you have any comments about this facility, please leave feedback with the main office.
You sure about that? Sure about that? Alright, we're supposed to talk to this dude.
I got my eye on you.
It's a bad idea.
You lost, no loitering.
Why is it giving me... Oh, because I could potentially pickpocket him. This quest is all about being stealthy. I don't have pickpocketing.
You sure you belong here? I got my eye on you.
Optional, wear a suit or security guard uniform. I would try to have to find. A uniform, I guess. I can't even talk to him to like convince him that I needed, you know, sometimes you can talk to guys. Give me a uniform. And both of these lockers are expert. Where are they landing? Oh, I see.
Welcome to Gagarin. Your ship need fuel? Repairs?
Hey, what's drunk? People seem to really like it.
Yeah, they certainly do when you're on a backwater nowhere.
You from off-world? Well, like your destination's hot and dusty, Gagarin's got you covered.
Well, yay for Gagarin.
Welcome to Clint's. Whatever you need, I'm sure I've got it lying around somewhere. Except mech parts. Don't trade those anymore, so don't waste your time asking.
Nice to meet you, Clint. Let's see what you got.
Refurbished a lot of the pieces myself.
Why is my phone beeping at me? There's nothing funnier to me than I've started to get a lot of spam mails in the last, I don't know, couple of months, and it's people trying to sucker you in. So they claim that you have a copyright strike. They claim that they're going to strike you. They claim that they're going to give you a copyright strike, right? For some other reason. So this is my newest one. This is so-and-so from this such and such website. And they give you a link, and they want you to click the link. And I'm writing on behalf of this company. My name is blah, and I'm a copyright licensing analyst. Our content review process flagged your video, Renfail Reviews Resident Evil Requiem, as containing segments that correspond to material managed by one of our clients. For your reference, the case number is blah, blah, blah. Your dashboard has all the case files and your available options. You can access it here. Click this link. This is not an urgent matter, but we do recommend you reviewing the case when you get a chance to avoid a legal outcome. And it's like, y'all are fucking, this is the worst kind of, and the problem is there are so many out there, so many dipshits out there who will believe this and they'll click the links and immediately have their system get hacked. I get a lot for these, and then people claiming that I've used licensed music in my videos, which I never use music in any of my videos other than game tracks. It's the funniest shit ever. It's just people trying to convince idiots to click a link, which then hacks their YouTube channel. And ha! Nice try, dumbass. So truly best. That's great. All right, close all these windows. Anyway, that's what that email ping was. I had to mention that to everybody because that's some funny shit. No, I'm not getting crashes. I've had a couple of issues, but nothing. You know, I'm 70 hours into the game on my PS5 Pro, and I'm not having issues. Where am I gonna find a security guard outfit just laying around?
Don't get in the way of the robots. I'm not responsible if they step on your toes.
Yes, ma'am. Can I talk to you a little bit more?
Excuse me, I'm expecting a package. It was supposed to arrive.
Sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I've got a lot of shipments to process still. So let's cut to the chase. Are you here to claim a shipment in storage, or do you have some other shipping concern? Did one of my robots wander off again? Was it something else entirely?
Are you kidding me?
A lot of cargo come through
What am I
here.
supposed to do
You'd
now?
be surprised. Gagarin's had a bit of a resurgence lately as an industrial hub. It seems like every week they're storing and shipping more and more cargo. That reminds me, if this keeps up, we're going to need more robots.
Happy to help.
Well, it's owned by Unified Transport. We employ a mostly robotic staff. Fewer mistakes that way. We do short-term storage, long-term. I guess that's pretty much it. It's a warehouse. We do shipping. Enough said.
Vi do shipping.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Vi do shipping. Don't mess with me. Alright. Nothing here.
I heard there's a bunch of old abandoned mines in your town.
Abandoned mines under town? Tell me more.
I'm not supposed to run on the walkways anymore.
Chronicles of the Mech Riders. It's a good title. You'd read it, right?
Sure.
Oh, and that's just the beginning. Action, adventure, heartbreak, humanity at its absolute most raw. Ever since I left the military, I've been thinking about writing chronicles.
Do it.
Interviewing other mech pilots about what it was like to experience the war strapped in. And what it's been like for us ex-pilots since mechs were banned.
Oh, I definitely read that.
Cora would bloody well devour it. She loves her self-history books. I swear, I don't know where she gets it from.
Well, in the bold future where the book's done and I don't have to track packages for a living anymore, I'll happily sign your copy.
Hell yeah.
Now, what can I do for you?
Can I donate to the cause? Why aren't you out there writing your book?
Sailing across the settled systems, hunting down all these other pilots, it's not going to be cheap. That's why I'm living in scenic Gagarin and not, say, downtown New Atlantis. Every spare credit goes right into the book fund.
Bootstrapping. I love it.
I don't exactly mind living in the same town where my mech was built, either. But once I've got enough, I'm gone. Later.
Alright, what did you need, Sam?
When you get a moment, can we talk? Ever since we've started being a couple, things have been going well.
Okay.
Like, really well.
And?
But at a certain point, Cora, we gotta make sure Cora's alright with this.
You haven't told her?
I keep meaning to, and you know, there's just never the right time. Alright, I keep checking out about it, you got me. I'm just so damn happy. It's hard to rock the boat.
Oh, I think things are going super well too.
Right. Sorry, you know you play hell with my attention span sometimes. But it's not just about you and me. It's about my daughter too. I'm not sure how much you've talked with Cora, but I think you should. Hey, if you're happy with what we have right now, you don't have to. But if we get much more serious, I need to know Cora's on board.
Yeah, we could do it.
Don't worry about it. She doesn't bite. Well, not anymore.
I remember watching shiny new nuts rolling onto ships.
Alright, we gotta go talk to Cora.
It's been a long time since
Ah, love the smell of getting back into the
Nice,
harness.
Chris. Yeah, Starfield for the win. Alright,
Lay it on me.
is Cora?
I like your style.
I thought I dropped these guys off at Neon. Why are they still on my ship?
Hey, how are you?
I gotta discuss something with you, kid.
Good. I've been wanting to ask you something too. Me first. Why did you help us out with Mom? It was super dangerous.
Because I care about you and your father.
I know. I mean, anyone around the two of you knows that. What are your intentions with my father?
Well. Oh.
I figured it was something like that. Just so you know, I like you too. Dad's never been happier. Well, we've never been happier. So if you guys need to sneak off to smooch some more sometime, you have my blessing. That's how it works, right?
Oh my goodness.
You're very welcome.
That was great.
Good show.
You keep installing new cool things in your ship. It's like Christmas every day.
I dig how you handled that.
Hi.
Yeah, hi Cora. Sorry, I'm typing on my phone.
Good show.
Mom says
I want to know why these guys are still on the ship, to be honest
She's
with
all
you.
excited about spa days. I wonder if they have any good bookstores there.
I like your
Spa
style.
days and books. Okay, the little robot is found in the well.
So, how'd the talk with Cora go?
I got her blessing. You know what? She says we're good for each other. You're not the only co I care about.
I sometimes wonder how she could be my kid. She's smarter than I ever was. I keep thinking back to what you were saying, that we're lucky. I don't know, luck is too small a word. With so many people out there, the odds of, well, finding you feels like destiny.
Destiny.
Look, I'm trying to play it cool. But you gotta know. I'm crazy about you.
Well, you should be, Sam.
Well, how do you see this playing out?
My he, my ha.
How do you do that? Right when I think I've got it all figured out, you just rock my world again.
That's right.
In the very best way. I mean, I hoped, maybe even prayed. You mean it, right?
You mean it, right? Demand for me, Sam.
I'm gonna be with you and never let go. Well, apparently we're having a ceremony. Anytime you're ready, head over to Aquila City. Figure it's about time to make some genuine good memories at the Koa Estate. I can't wait.
Okay, well, we're getting sidetracked. Sam Coe, the space cowboy. I need another cup of coffee. That is a fact.
Good old Aquila City. One thing I'll say is it's better than the UC.
We gotta go talk to the old man. Grumpy Pants.
Apparently, we're having a ceremony today. Although right now, it's just me and the mayor cooling our heels here.
Jacob, it's a special day. This always happens.
No, this is my son and his usual sloppiness.
Can I confront this asshole? Sure, he has a lot on his mind right now.
Sure. That's it. Listen, you know, I know. Hell, the neighbors know my son and I don't always get along. I do care about him. He's blood. And he gave me Cora. But the way he looks at you have a chance at real happiness together. So, thank you.
I think I would have kind of preferred that he just remained an asshole and we tell him to get the fuck out of our lives. Because this feels like it's like, oh, we have to have the nice, syrupy, happy ending. And it's like, not every... Sometimes it's just, no contact! Get the fuck away. Alright, just because you and Sam don't get along doesn't mean we can't.
I could get behind that. You might be a good influence on my boy. After the ceremony, it looks like I get to have Cora for a little bit. I don't know if you had anything to do with Sam doing that, but if you did, you have no idea what it means to me. Is she? Well, of course. Awkward small talk over. Lilienhart should have arrived at the starport. Might be nice if someone went to meet her. And better fetch Cora, too. She's exploring the city. Which means she's at Sinclair's bookstore because she's, well, Cora.
I agree. Ugh, excuse me. I need my coffee. Not really, Maud. I think, Muad'Dib, the only difference I've seen is that
Something to report?
the lighting and the tech, like, it does look better on the PS5 Pro than it does on my Xbox Series X, but other than that, there's no fundamental differences. I mean, and when I say looks better, it's just subtle stuff, because I'm playing on the enhanced version, right? So there's little things like this, like if you look at the mud, right, and the lighting and just the texture of everything, it looks a little crisper on the enhanced version of the game than it does on just like the normal. And I have no idea if that's something that's going to come through on the stream. That's what it looks like on my Xbox. Like, it doesn't look bad, you know? But I can definitely see a difference when I put it into enhanced. So, Durbum says there's some AI upscaling. Yeah, there's some. It's a very subtle. It's a very subtle difference. So it does look. I wouldn't call it game changing at all. It's just it looks a little better on the enhanced compared to the Xbox Series X. I mean, like I said, it's not enough to go out and, you know, buy a new machine or anything like that. But it like, especially I've been posting new screenshots across my social medias most of the days we're playing. And my screenshots that I'm taking on the PS5 Pro they look a lot crisper than my Xbox screenshots because of that enhanced, like, upscaling and lighting and shading. So there is a visual, you know, there's a visual update, upgrade in comparison to the Xbox. But I mean, if you don't care about that shit, it's the same damn game, and it's not enough of a difference to go out and, like, spend an extra few $100s. And to be honest with you, if it weren't for the fact that I was gonna get a brand new audience out of this, and a chance to make a whole new series of guides and everything else, I would not have turned around and played a from scratch character on the PS5, because I already own it and have hundreds of hours in my Xbox playthrough. But it does look a little better. But I mean, I wouldn't call it like a. If I would say the Xbox Series X on visual mode looks like an 8 out of 10, this might look like a 9 out of 10. You know, it's like it's a tiny bit of a graphical
you're
upgrade.
the one that's picking me up? Nice to see you in a less life-threatening situation.
Glad you could make it, Lillian.
Happy to be here. Just to let you know, this shouldn't be awkward. Sam and I were never meant for each other, and we both moved on from whatever we had. Someone solicited advice. Be there for him, all the way.
He's just hanging out in the corner.
He deserve that. Glad to hear it. I know the way to the co-estate. Meet you there.
If this shift doesn't end soon.
Bookstore. She's not actually
Council
at
of
the
Governors meet in
bookstore.
our very own Aquila City.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, if you already have a regular PS5, Muad'Dib, just play it and you'll be fine. Like, I most of the time play on performance mode anyway,
Your shop is like the best in the galaxy.
but I do like having the
had to
enhanced
drop
mode
by.
for screenshots for social media. But I play all my games on performance mode, so it doesn't really matter if I have the PS5 Pro or not. I will say this is one game I've been pleasantly surprised with how well the performance is on the enhanced. Like, it's getting 40 to 50 in towns and 60 plus outside of towns, which is more than enough for me to go ahead and keep playing on enhanced. I haven't felt any sort of eye strain that I've needed to turn it down to performance mode. But like, even like Crimson Desert, I turned it down to performance mode because even though it looked a little bit better, the performance was not that great on, like, for me. I was getting eye strain with long sessions on Crimson Desert and put it down into performance mode. So when you're playing on performance mode, it doesn't matter if you're on the PS5 base or the PS5 Pro, it looks the exact same at that point.
Oh, hi! I got a new book. Charles Dickens. Fiction. Great Expectations. Not related to today. Or is it?
That's a good joke.
What time is it? Shit! Oh, sorry. Swear. I lost track of time.
Oh, I could get lost for days in a good bookstore.
I know, right? And Sinclair's is absolutely the best. I want to let you know I'm okay with this. The ceremony? Dad is Dad, but he's lonely and you make him happy.
That's right, Sam, you're
And I like
lonely.
your ship loads. Oh, and you, too, of course.
I do have a really good ship.
It's way better than Dad's. But
We never
I
do get to
guess
see
it'll be
Sam's
our
ship.
now, and it'll be part mine. Oh! I am going to claim a section to be officially Cora's thinking spot. I'll get to the estate right away.
Well, everyone's here. You ready to start the shindig?
Let's do it.
Okay, I'll let Mr. Cartwright know.
Ben
Welcome,
Cartwright.
everyone. One of my favorite duties as mayor is to preside over joyous occasions like this. Couples like yourselves, full of love and affection and eager to share a life together.
Wob. Wob. It's what
Oh,
brings
we're a
us
blessing now.
together
We're laying
today.
it on real thick, Annie.
Marriage. You know what? I had 2 helpings of blessings at breakfast.
I had mine with a side of delicious anticipation.
Sam, have you prepared any vows?
Oh, right. Here goes. Life comes easy for some folks. They get most things right the first time. But that has never, ever been me. But this time, I know I got it right. Because of you. I know you've had a tough life, too. But we really are the lucky ones. There are a million, billion stars out there. To find anything that really matters is kind of a miracle. And as the good mayor says, I'm truly blessed. Because I have you in my life.
Do 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 do. When I met you in Cora, I knew I was in trouble because I fell hard.
You and me both.
I can't wait to see what our
I feel
lives
the
together
exact same
bring.
way.
I understand you wanted a moment here, Sam?
I never met someone who knew me. The real me. And still wanted to be with me. I want you to have this. It's my Freestar Ranger badge.
Oh.
Looking back, I'm grateful. Because every step and every misstep brought me closer to you.
That's very touching. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
By the power vested in me from the Articles of Confederation, I officially, and quite happily, declare you life mates. Let me be the first to congratulate you both.
Woot! Got myself an achievement.
Was that it? I was expecting like birds or cakes. Modern ceremonies are really a letdown.
I got a good feeling about the 2 of you.
For better or worse, you're part of the Coe family now.
Hello there. So, if you run into any
Today's a
problems
peach
in
of a
my
day.
town,
Well, if you
you
must.
come tell me.
You come tell me. I had to really struggle to not go with Andreja again. So, I've done Sam just to see it, but I still prefer my Andreja. Andreja is my favorite. She's my favorite. Alright, I have got to get some more coffee and go blow my nose because my stiffly runny nose is driving me nuts. What's up, Loot Crate? Librarian. It is morning.
We've been mining this rock since time immemorial.
Morning with less caps. I'm about to have more caps now that I go get a cup of coffee. I'll be back. All right. I love it when random people send me friend requests on Facebook. No. No, thank you. I think I've had friends, it's only friends and family, like people I know in real life for a decade. Like my personal Facebook account, like people can find it, it's freely out there, but ain't nobody, I don't think I post there maybe more than once or twice a year. I literally just keep that account because I have so many services that are tied into needing a Facebook account to like log it, like Canva as an example. I've always used Facebook to log into Canva, Patreon, and I've had Canva and Patreon for like 15 plus years. Like I've had those programs since they started, and I used to use Facebook a lot when I was a travel blogger, but I haven't in years. But I still keep the account. But I only post like major life updates for my family members and a handful of like real life friends. So it always makes me chuckle when I get a random friend request. Someone wants to be friends with you. And it's like, I don't know who the fuck you are. No thanks. In a perfect world, I wouldn't do any social media at all, Machine. I do appreciate like a lot of the bigger actors.
But if this isn't directly related to Reliant Medical, you should really schedule an appointment. Checking in?
Allie says, I don't use Facebook or Twitter. To hell with that nonsense. Yeah, man, Twitter is like the worst. Ever since the unnamed guy took over Twitter, and it's unfortunate because I used to think he was an interesting individual, but then he went all nuclear political. Ever since he took over Twitter, Twitter has become like a cesspool. They call it X these days. It is pretty much a cesspool. I use it because I have to for work. If it wasn't for work, I wouldn't use it. And the worst part is, everybody tells me you should get a subscription.
You mind if we wrap this up?
It's, and it's like, I hate the fact that they want you to have a subscription to like get the most views, and it's just like, whatever. So I don't worry about all this shit. I just post there because it's for work. Facebook, I don't use my Facebook account. I just use my Facebook business page account. And it actually drives my family, some of my family members, it drives it. So my sister and my dad in particular are both very angry with me because I don't answer my personal, they'll send me Facebook messages on Facebook Messenger, and I never check it. So like, I'll hear through the grapevine that my sister's mad at you because you didn't answer her messages. And like, I'm not aware that I was getting messages because I don't have the Messenger app installed on my phone, and I never log into the Facebook account to see that I've gotten messages. So I have no clue that someone is sending me messages. Yeah, if it weren't for work, I wouldn't use anything. And honestly, I'm kind of jealous of celebrities who are big enough that they don't have to worry about it. I am. Like, you'll see some of these actors who are like, oh yeah, I don't use social media. They have a team. So the team handles everything for them. They have an agent, they have a publicist, they have a personal assistant, and those people do everything for them. But you have to be at a level of elite to be able to be at that point. I am not at that point, so I still do everything.
Let's talk later.
Still do everything myself. And I really wish that I didn't have to be on social media because it is a fucking cesspool.
What's that like?
It is a necessary evil to do business in the modern era, but man,
one
it
of the
sucks.
most driven executives in the industry. I tied him really, though she seems to forget it's not just her that's responsible for Reliant's successes around here. Though we've been having some courier troubles recently. I think there could be some credits in if you're interested. Speak to Helena.
Side quests just for speaking to a dude.
I better get back to it.
No quest markers. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a literal toilet. I mean, yeah, it's. So I've actually been debating going members I think I mentioned this the other day. So I turned off direct messages on Twitter. Excuse me, TikTok and Instagram. I turned off direct messages ever since I got the manifesto. And I turned off Facebook messages as well. No one could send me Facebook messages. I actually turned off TikTok and Instagram DMs about, 12 days ago. I have a Blue Sky account, Allie, but it's not very big. There's only like maybe 300-400 people that follow me there. So I turned off Instagram and TikTok direct messages about 2 weeks ago because of all the death threats were getting stupid, and then the manifesto guy was like, I'm done. And the Facebook page I kept open until about 2-3 days ago. I turned the messages off there because that loading screen video went viral on Facebook as well, and I started getting like 15-20 direct messages. You're an idiot. What a fucking idiot. What a dipshit. You deserve to die. What the fuck is wrong with you? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I don't need this shit. So turned that off. The only place where people can send me direct messages now is email, and that's the way it needs to be. Like, if you want to talk to me, you go through my email account. I am also considering going member. So I'm actually tabbed over right now, so I'm seeing all my screens right now. I'm not actively playing the game. So someone is asking on YouTube. Someone is asking on TikTok, why is your YouTube chat members only today? You tell me. So I am members only on Twitch and YouTube today. And the reason is because I'm just tired of dealing with it. I wanted a peaceful stream this morning. I didn't want to have to deal with trolls. And the unfortunate reality is every time I play this game, I get trolls. Every single time. And so it's member only today because I just wanted a nice peaceful stream. I didn't want people coming in and forcing me to moderate and do all this shit. So yeah, if you want to chat with me, you can come over to YouTube, you can come over to Twitch, and you can pay for the privilege. Otherwise, you can just sit back and watch the show from the nosebleeds, have a good time. But we are dealing with front row members only today. If you've got a front row seat, I will interact with you. Everybody else, you're just here for the show. People need to get lives. Yes, it's unfortunate. I'm debating going I'm debating getting the subscription on X. I don't like the idea of giving that guy money, but at the same time, the comments section, like, I need to be able to go to my comment section on Twitter X and talk to people, like the legitimate people, because I have legitimate people. Yeah, if people are asking why it's member only, they're very likely the trolls in question. Yes. Because it's like, if you're here every single day, I talk about it multiple times why we go members only. And so, yeah. I do have a lot of good interactions, and the thing is like over on Twitter, as much as I don't like the cesspool, a lot of the industry representatives, so every single industry rep that I've talked to and worked with, and all of the people who manage the social media accounts for companies, they're all on Twitter X. So even if I don't like the community there, that's where all the business people are. So if you're going to be doing business and working in this industry, you have to be on Twitter X. But I am debating getting a subscription just so that I can turn the comments to follower only, which would cut down on probably, I would argue, 75-80% of the troll.
I've got applications in at Arcmite and Reliant, and I know most of
yeah, it sucks that I have to pay for rights and protections. Isn't that crazy, AFKMR? Like, I have to pay for the right to game in peace. There was a, like the attack on my Discord server the other day. It's like, why? Can't we just play games and have fun? What's up, Studman?
Apparently, the corporate execs are talking about building their own priority catwalks above the city. Take a look.
I do not know where we gotta go to get a suit. There's an iron lung here.
I have to break up. You want to know what I think about all these new businesses buying up the town? No comment.
I may have to go look this quest up because I don't see a way so far to get what I need. Because I don't have pickpocketing. Well, enjoy your breakfast, Studman.
I wonder if there are any mining jobs on Mars these days.
No loitering. Now move it.
Out of sheer curiosity, I'm going to try something which probably I can't do. Because it's probably going to get me a bounty with Sam.
Oh, did you get it? Whatever it was. You crazy? I have things I gotta say.
That's what I was afraid of. Alright, I'm gonna go look this quest up because I do not know how. I've never done it as a non-stealth character. Access is key.
Don't even think about trying anything.
Alright, so yeah, I was not aware of how to do this. So apparently it could be any security suit, but you can't find any on this planet. Are there any companions that don't get mad if you play as a bad guy? I don't think Muria cares. Muria hasn't said a thing about anything I've ever done. But then again, I don't know that I've tried to shoot like innocents, so I can't speak to that actually. Vasco's neutral.
Or has already finished the pre-flight checklist.
I'm glad that's finally
Approaching ship,
resolved.
you've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. Scan com-
Yeah, because I've never really tried to play like a bad character or anything before, so... Wait, why did it push me out again?
Hey there, intrepid explorer.
No,
Ready
who
to make your
is...
ultimate discovery?
Yeah, if it wasn't for work, like I said, I wouldn't use social media.
We're fully stocked. If you have a moment, say hello to... Sure, have a look.
I don't see any of these being what I need. Because I'm assuming it's an apparel, right? Huh. You can steal them from the security lockers in Jemison. No, I don't have any. I don't think I have any to be able to steal. You can also steal one at the Neon Security Station. I don't really have any theft stuff. All you need is a suit or security uniform. You can also steal or buy one from James Newell. He's known to sell one, or you can browse shops until you find one. What the hell? I haven't found any. Well, I don't have pickpocket. I don't have the pickpocketing, Gray, so I'm trying to find a security suit.
Thanks for stopping by our shop.
Got those two. Just don't even bother with...
That's the Mining League. Guess I could try the Trade Authority.
Need something?
Dude, are you gonna sell to me, or are you just gonna turn around and look like a fat idiot?
Buying, selling, or moving?
There you go.
Yeah? Well, then let me spell it out for you. You either walked into the TA to buy some goods, sell some goods, or have some liberated goods. So, instead of...
Liberated goods is my special area
Now
of
that's
interest.
what I'm talking about.
Sam disliked that? You goody two-shoes little bitch.
Then here I thought you were just wasting my time.
I don't like you being Whoa, what is that? Very interesting. It's got incendiary on it. Does he not even have... You know what? I wonder if I should check my my storage of the lodge. Maybe I've got something stored away.
If you find anything else?
If not, I may need to go down into the well and see if I can't find one to steal. Out of sheer curiosity.
What can I get you? If you're here to buy, my store, my rules. If you don't like it, that's more like it. You know, I mean, look at that graffiti.
Don't care, bro. Just let me see what you have for sale.
You're in luck. Just got some of the late.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything either. No, I do not. I don't use creations at the moment, so I can't say that I have any favorites. Nope. Well, I'm gonna go back to Jemison really quick. Thanks for the Twitch sub, Sefbon. You're welcome. I am glad you appreciate the beginner's guides. We are still producing a few. I got a few more in the bag to push out for the rest of the month. Just published one this morning as well.
Old abandoned facilities as outposts. You know, the ones left over.
Alright, where could I potentially buy? Any outfitters here? Jemison Mercantile, maybe?
There is a big... Hope you're finding everything you need. Oh, please, take a look.
Yeah, I don't see any of these that are like security.
Appreciate the business.
Dealing in art is
Outland? Let's try that out.
You're only as safe as your equipment out there. Welcome to Outland. All of our products come. And while I've never need...
Yep.
As I've said, I wouldn't. And of course...
That's fine. Just show me your store. I just need to see the store, man. I'm trying to find it out.
Yes, by all means. Have a look.
Nothing, man. They've really... I guess I just take it for granted that I've always had pickpocket when I've done this quest before. Oh, try dismissing your companion to do the bad thing? I didn't think about that. You're not wrong. Let's try that really quick. I completely forgot about that. I probably need to dismiss him inside the ship, though, so he doesn't see me do the bad thing. Although I'm genuinely curious now if I can do it from here. We're gonna dismiss him and then do a quick save.
You make every day special.
Wait here a minute.
If you're sure you don't need backup.
Oh no, actually, you know, I just don't even.
I'm always here for you. If you
retweet.
Oh, we only just
So I'm setting him to wait,
got started.
which may not be good enough, but we're gonna do some testing right now.
There's something wrong with you.
No, he definitely, because he's not been dismissed. He's just waiting. Okay.
Oh, we only just got started. You know, with just one look, you get my heart racing. The only good thing about parting is how sweet the reunion will be.
Sam is no longer your active companion.
crazy?
I think as he's outside, he saw it. Let's take him into the ship. Science, kids.
Oh, we only just got started.
All right.
You know, with just one look, you get. I was tired of waiting around anyway.
All right, where is Sam at? Sammy! He's just casually hanging out in a chair.
Yeah, if I had my way, we'd never be parted.
All right, let's try to do this again. I have no idea how to see how close you are to maxing that kind of stuff out for relationship levels. Anybody know the answer to that question? Seth Mon says, for the Star-Crossed to reach maximum relationship level achievement, I'm assuming, with the companion trophy, is there a way to see how close you are to maxing it out? I do not know.
No, I'm not going to be part of.
How is he outside? He was inside. I left him in the ship. So I'm assuming that's not going to work. Although, hang on. I do, because I remember reading this yesterday. When I was reading through how to get past the bugged quest for the relationship thing, someone said something about you can lock him in the brig to keep him from seeing you take care of the captain.
Oh, we only just got started.
Well, I'm trying all sorts of
just
fun
one
stuff
look,
right
you get
now.
my heart racing. Back in action.
I definitely am trying all the things right now. Yeah, I may need to leave him on a different planet. Well, there is a jail cell down here.
Ahoy, Captain!
I don't know how I would get him down here, though, is the problem. Holy shit, Barrett's in here locked in. Oh no, that's funny shit, man. How did he get in here? Barrett's like, you locked me in. He's like, I wanted a good night's sleep, so I locked myself in.
I packed my bag for Cora and Mom's big
Let's go to another planet really quick. We're in the system.
vacation sleepover. Coming.
Juno infiltrated Sam's subconscious. He sees everything now.
Prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. You are cleared to land at New Atlantis.
For science!
Seals are locked and we are docked.
It'll be good to see Vladimir. I wonder if he's found anything. With the two of us together? Galaxy. I was meaning to check in with Cora anyway. Make sure your ship's still in one piece.
Okay, so I'm leaving him here. I'll be alone in my bunk.
You are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. Well,
I'll be in my bunk. Alright, so I told him to wait on the... By the way, that's my screenshot. I told him to wait on the eye. If this doesn't work, I'm assuming they're just because we're in a committed relationship. If this doesn't work this way, I'm going to assume it's because the game has us tied together because we're in a committed relationship. And so he's like, I know when you do things. See? He's right fucking there again.
Crazy?
How the fuck, man? So that's gotta be...
There you are. Great.
That's gotta be the game... Like... I have one other thing I want to try really quick. And if it doesn't work, then that's just not an option. But I wanted to try all these things since we were talking about it for science. Because I think the other way would be to tell him to go back to the lodge. Like, so, ship, crew, Sam. No, see, he's not even assigned to my ship.
I just can't stop smiling around you. The only good thing about parting.
Where does he go if we're not active companions? Yeah, it won't let me send him back to the lodge, Allie. He's not assigned to the ship, though. So I'm hoping that by zoning... Because he was unassigned. How do I assign him to an outpost? I guess maybe I can't yet? How do I get him to go back to the lodge, though? Because it tells me he's unassigned, but he's on Gagarin. So he's just hanging out. Maybe I gotta take him back to the lodge first?
You know, with just one look, you get my heart racing. It's about time. I miss the company.
Let's go drop him back at the lodge. Well, that's what I thought, but he's not staying on the ship. And I'm wondering if it's because he has an active relationship with me. I'm really genuinely curious about this because it's like, why? Why? Let's go back to the lodge, drop him off at the lodge and see if that works. You have to go to the outpost manually if you want to assign him there.
You never know what you'll find. This place is...
Okay, where's my outpost? God damn it. Surface map. Why is it not working? It doesn't say that it requires the companion to be with me. So this is one of those things that we're doing this for science, because it's like I really want to know now, because if there is a workaround for little bits and pieces and things. Okay. now can I assign him here? There's a desk you can place. I'm not aware of that, Allie, so... I am here at my outpost. I don't have an option. Yeah, the only option I have is to assign him to the ship. Build a cruise station at an outpost. I don't have the resources right now. I don't have any resources on me to build a cruise station. What's that even under? Cruise station. I need aluminum, nickel. Well, be that as it may, I'm gonna tell him to just get stuffed and see if he stays here.
You are a sight to behold. If I have to, I do have to, right?
No longer your active companion.
Always nice to spend some time with you. You
Okay.
know where to find me. Just find me soon.
Does he stay here? That's the question. Does he stay here? Or do I have to build a station? I don't know. It's all confusing. For science, kids. Okay. Is he here? He is nowhere to be seen. He's nowhere to be seen. He's not on the landing deck. I think that worked. I think that worked. Now, out of sheer curiosity, let's go assign him to the ship. Let's go loot this and see if he's pissed off. Sammy! Sammy! For science, kids.
I'm working hard, Captain.
Working hard or hardly working?
And with the two of us together, I'm always up for adventure, friend.
I think that worked. He doesn't appear to be pissed at me. That, my friends, is science. I gotta think about where we want to take some screenshots today, because we need our 4 screenshots for our social medias. Science won the day. Science wins the day every day when you're a scientific person. It's a good place to be scientifically minded.
Make it quick. I have a deadline.
Keeps you from being a cave troll.
I heard you'd exercise
Weird
that
Science?
creative license.
Phenomenal movie when I
Only
was
not
of that
the way I'd
age.
hoped. Got that key card for me?
I do have the key card for you, my dear.
Now we're talking. Not bad for a novice. Well, except for your little incident, that'll cost you. Incidents aside, I think you're ready to kick things up a notch, and your timing couldn't be better.
Really? I'm ready for anything.
Good. It's time for a change of pace. This next assignment requires a bit more discretion for 2 reasons. First, you'll be dealing with high-level executives, and second, you'll be in the Astra Lounge here in Neon.
Okay.
Easy to be discreet at the lounge. Everybody's too busy indulging their vices.
Okay. A photo could be with the guard's body.
The assignment is pretty easy. Our techs failed to uncover a potential deal between Infinity Ltd. And Quantum Synergies. Your job is to make sure that deal fails.
Okay.
That's what we're hoping for. You'll be speaking with Quantum Synergy's Executive Director Zola Adisa and their financial manager Arthur Cruz. I'll be giving you a dossier on both. I strongly suggest you read them for talking points.
Read the dossiers so I say the right things. Got it.
Exactly. Those lines are most likely to sway Zola and Arthur away from Infinity, not to mention give them a gentle nudge in our direction. The Infinity Ltd. Rep is Nina Hart. I'll also be giving you an altered version of her presentation to swap out with the original. We've changed several figures, just enough to cause sufficient confusion throughout their meeting.
Copy that.
Whenever executives are faced with numbers that don't properly match up, any faith they may have had will falter. Finally, I recommend dressing appropriately, so I've taken the liberty of having a suit made for you. We need absolute discretion on this one. I don't want any SSNN broadcasts about murder in the Astral Lounge.
I would
Got
never.
I bet you are. Just remember to keep a low profile. Don't let the Astral Lounge distract you too much.
I don't get distracted. I know, that's exactly what was going through my mind at the same time, Chris. Sammy! Like every time I just literally, all I hear is Dean. You know, I watched the first, how many seasons were there of that show? I think I watched the first 12 seasons, or were there 12 seasons? I remember I watched all but the last 2 seasons. I can't remember how, now I gotta go look this up. Because I honestly don't remember. But I watched all of them up to like the last final seasons. Hang on. What is going on here? There we go. Oh yeah, there were a ton. 15 seasons. Okay, so it was. Yeah, I watched 12 seasons of Supernatural. I did not watch the final 3. And the reason is just because after 12, I mean, that was like 12 years, 13 years of following that show, 20 plus episodes every, year. I think I just got to a point because I know we had gotten married and we were traveling. And there just became a point, because like when I was dating Chris, I used to watch, that's all I used to do before I was gaming full time, because I would work in the morning, and then she would would have some time in the late mornings, but she worked like nights. So we would usually get some time together either in the late mornings or like early afternoons before she went to work, and then we would hang out after her work. So I had huge swaths of like, it's hot, I'm not going to the beach, I'm just going to hang out in my apartment, and I would just watch shows. So I mean, at one point, I think I was watching 15, 20 different TV shows at the same time, circa 2010 through 2014 or so. And then we started traveling all over the world. And once we started traveling internationally, you can't, there's no way to keep up. I got too many projects going on. So around that time, whenever season 13 was airing, when did season 13 Supernatural air? Yeah, 2017. So we would have been in Ireland that year. Yeah. That was literally I was in Ireland when season 13 started. So that's why we just never... And then we moved to Mexico City in January. So yeah, we were just totally not in a place to watch the shows anymore. All right. I have not been to the Astro Lounge, so we are hoofing it. Seth Bond says, I'm from Ireland. We had a good time. We were there. We were in Killarney. We were there in October of 2017. We were in Killarney for a big travel conference where Chris and I were speaking. And then after the travel conference, we had so the conference was like 4 days. And then we had a press tour that we did with Killarney, from Killarney with the Fulcher Ireland group. That was like 8 days, and so we were with the local, we were with the tourism board going around to all these different places for like 8 days. And then after that, we did the entire Wild Atlantic Way on a road trip with the drones and all of our camera gear. And that was, I think we had 15 days, I believe, scheduled for that road trip, and there was a hurricane. It was like the first hurricane that had happened in Ireland in like forever, and that happened in the middle of our road trip. And I think it was Galway. We ended up staying 2 nights at that hotel because of the hurricane, because of the storm. And it was perfect timing because I got the con crud and I was sicker than a dog. I'd been driving all day with a fever. Chris doesn't have a driver's license, so I was the only one capable of driving. So I literally was just taking pills and driving even with a fever. Got to the hotel. The weather was shit, so we had to cancel our other hotel because where we were staying. But that trip we were working with Ireland Blue Book Society and Fulcher Ireland. Yeah, Stormophilia. And so the Blue Book Society was cool because they have all these castles. And so we were staying at castles. Out of the 15 days we had, I think we stayed at castles 10 of those nights. And then the other nights I had just booked hotels, including Galway. And we stayed there for 2 nights because of the storm. And we ended up getting done with that trip a little bit early, so then we had our own time. So we went up into Northern Ireland for 3 days, and we went to all of the Game of Thrones shooting locations, which was a Christina request. That was literally Chris going, hey, we've got like 3 free days before we got to be back in Dublin. We've got the car for 3 more days. What do you want to go do? And she's like, why don't we go visit the Game of Thrones shooting locations? And I was like, that's cool. So then we went up into Northern Ireland and did like a bunch of Game of Thrones stuff, and then we came back to Dublin and spent the last like 3 days just hanging out in Dublin, relaxing and sleeping and then we came home. We were a month on the ground in Ireland, like 30 days. In October. I got some really good... It was a great trip. We're going to go sidetrack for a second, guys, because I have some really awesome photos I can share from that trip. We'll pull these up really quick. I like reminiscing. Chris and I do miss traveling, but it's also one of those things where we have so many animals now, we can't leave. Alright, let me pull this up. We can have some nice background music going. Alright, let's see here. Oh yeah, so this is, yeah, there's a whole bunch of Ireland shots spread in here. So this was one of the drone shots. Where was this at? I think this was just a preview that we did of some of the drone photography we shot, which ended up going into the contract work we had. This is an early drone too, because the drones got so much better. Oh yeah, the dark hedges. Back before I cut all my hair off. We got this shot. Oh, and this was in the this is the part I was telling you about, where Chris and I just went off and were like shooting all of our own photography for fun for us. So we were off in like Northern Ireland. The quest giver said not to get sidetracked in Astro Lounge, and here we all getting sidetracked in the Astro Lounge. This shot right here of the dark hedges, we got extremely lucky because the tour buses showed up like 20 minutes after we got there. So we got there really early, and there was no one there. Like, we had a full run of the place. So we got some great shots, some great drone photography. And then this was a bunch of stuff shooting in, I can't remember the name of the forest, but there was a really cool forest where they shot a bunch of scenes from season 1, so we were able to go through. What else? This was from the Wild Atlantic. Okay. This place, Enesco House. This is one of the places we stayed at with the Ireland Blue Book Society. This place was really cool because the owner, her son, was the manager, and he was a huge World of Warcraft player. And so this was when I was neck deep in. I think we had about 20 people working on our MMORPG at the time. So when he found out I was building an MMO, we ended up staying in touch for like 3 or 4 years after that. Really cool guy. That was a cool place to stay. Oh, this was probably the favorite place we stayed. Belleek Castle. They've got this bar at the castle, which is literally the remnants of an old ship that got hauled up from the coast. And so the bar itself is like sections of the ship that have been put into the castle. I'm pretty sure Belleek Castle has an armory in the basement as well. I've got a video somewhere which was the full tour of Belleek Castle. I'm pretty sure this is the place because they had a restaurant on site. They have the bar, and then they had yeah, this is Jack Finn Courtyard Cafe. I don't know if it still exists. Because all these photos from like 2017, so this is a long time ago. This is like 10 years ago, 9 years ago. That was a really cool place. I think this was more Enesco. Yeah, there's a bunch of Enesco shots. This was Knauth, which was like some tombs and stone art. Oh, this is my wife's favorite meal she's ever had. Like, she still tells me that this is her favorite meal of all time. We had it's like seafood chowder at this place in Newcastle called Great Jones Craft and Kitchen. No idea if it still exists. That was when we were going to the Tollymore Forest Park And that place had amazing seafood. And then this is like a random shot. This was right behind the hotel we were staying at was this ship. And then we have just some random shots from the road trip. And that's us back in our prime. Shitty weather, good weather, good weather. Oh, we made gin. We got to go make our own gin at Lestoke Distillery. That was delicious. Of course, castle shots. Good times. And then this is my brother and his. This is an old picture. This is when we were out at the ranch. Anyway, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Back when travel used to be our thing. And my wife loves to draw. And paint. Back before we had all the kids, aka animals. Totally was told not to get sidetracked at Aurora, and we totally got sidetracked at Aurora. Anyway, Ireland. It is a beautiful place. We had a lot of fun. That was the last trip we did before we retired from the travel industry. Yeah, if you get a chance, AFKMR, highly recommend. Ireland was amazing. Alright guys, we're going to take a quick break. And I'll leave you guys with the club music. And I'm going to go say good morning to my wife and my grandniece. Get some more coffee. Rest my eyes. Do all the things I'm supposed to do to be a healthy human being. And we'll be back in a few minutes. Right. Good morning, Nink2. Good morning, DSM. Good morning, everybody tuning in. We are back from the break. Hope you guys had fun vibing in Aurora while we were out. Are you chasing your tail, you little psychopath? You're mad because I didn't give you any food and you heard me giving food to all the other cats. Chris is out gathering eggs with my grandniece from the chickens and ducks. Sorry, we gotta get our clubbing on, right? I got outside a little too late to get a really good screenshot, but the sun's already up too high to get a good morning shot, but it is a beautiful morning outside. I went down, walked to the edge of the street, walked down to the end of the block, absorbed that morning sun. All right.
Someone came dressed to impress. Here on business?
We're getting steak and eggs for breakfast this morning, everybody.
Ah, same here. Nothing like a business trip paid in full, especially when there is good downtime.
There is a perk.
Ryujin Industries. A good guess since we are here in Neon, but no. Infinity Ltd.
Yeah, a little bit of cyberpunky vibes. And no, I don't just mean Cyberpunk the game, but generally speaking, the Blade Runner cyberpunk vibe.
Risky, you say. By all means, enlighten me. Cuts corners. If they are sacrificing quality, be sure we will uncover it. We are a trusted business and would never partner with another company that may jeopardize our reputation. A surprising conversation, and one I would never expect from someone such as yourself.
Judgy much?
I suppose the old saying, never judge a book by its cover, is appropriate here. It seems I have quite a bit to reconsider now. So it looks like the pleasure aspect of my trip needs to be postponed. Thank you for the insight.
This place is insane.
Yeah?
It's party time. Get zoned and have fun.
Take it easy.
Nothing like some
That's not the only thing that's all in her face, but tis.
All these years, and Bayou hasn't let this place slip a single notch. The man knows how to run a business.
Astro Lounge never fails to impress.
Ain't that the truth? And especially so for business meetings. You want to impress a client, the Astro Lounge is the place to do it. Tell me, you don't happen to work for Infinity Ltd, do you?
No, I'd hate for anyone to think so.
Got something against Infinity, I take it. I'd love to hear
Hey,
your
nope,
reasons why.
nope, you little shit. She has the full-on zoomies. She's been over here destroying. I've got my belt hanging from the chair for her to play with, and she just jumped over the chair, onto the bed, and onto the edge of the desk, and tried to jump over on the other laptops.
That's an awfully... However, it does matter. Aren't you the resourceful one?
She was totally
That number
sleeping, and then I
tracks
went
with
and
the
gave
insider
Luke. I went and
details
gave
I've been
Lucas
getting.
Smeagol some food, and she heard
Interesting.
me.
Look, it was nice meeting you, and I
Now
quite
she's, like,
enjoyed
wide
our little
awake.
talk. But it sounds like I need to take another look at some data before I headed to this presentation of theirs. See you around, and maybe next time I'll be doing business with you.
Yeah, there was a track going around earlier, Chris Shop on TikTok. It was like, I used to do drugs, but now I just, and I can't remember the rest of it. Like, now I'm just like boring, or like I just hang around, whatever. And I was listening to that song, going, it's amusing to me because, I was never hard into substances so much. I've always been a lover of the green. But apart from that, not a lot. But I definitely, when I was younger, like, you know, I think everybody when they're younger, you do lots of crazy stuff. Like, and I had so many friends that ended up, I can't talk about half the shit that would be really funny to talk about. Because I was around a lot of stuff, and I saw a lot of friends do some stuff, and a lot of friends got arrested and in trouble, and I've always managed to avoid getting into trouble. Thanks for the Twitch sub, Fight with Cheese. But the only time I the only time I ever experimented with recreational chemicals, I'm not quite straight edge, but I was close. I liked to drink. I have a story about the only time I ever got I was 17, I think, and I'm not condoning underage consumption by any means, but I was underage, and I went to a party, and I got into a shots competition with this big girl. And I quit counting after 12 shots of the Russian preferred white alcohol substance.
Save it for someone who gives a damn.
And I remember sitting on a sofa, leaning forward to like put out my cigarette in the ashtray, and then I don't remember anything out after that. And I woke up the next morning face down, butt naked. My clothing was all folded up into a pile next to me, and they had drawn all over me with like frickin' markers. And I learned my lesson. I was 17, the only time I ever drank like that. And they said I went to go put out my cigarette, and I just kept going, and I fell flat on my face. And they totally like stripped me naked and drew all over my face with Sharpies, and I never ever drank like that after that. So I had one time where I did that, and then another time, if we want to speaking about chemicals, I remember when Gladiator was in the theaters. I experimented with a recreational chemical that produces hallucinogenic. It has hallucinogenic properties, and I remember being in Walmart when it started to take effect, and we were buying BBs for BB guns, and I remember just like it was like not where I wanted to be when that was kicking in. It was like, oh wow, yeah, we need to get back. And then I remember we got back to the apartment, to the house we had, not the apartment, the house we had. And I remember I got it in my head that I wanted to go see where all the squirrels and the birds lived. And so I was going up and down the street in the neighborhood where we lived, climbing trees at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I remember we were then back in the house, and there was like 9 or 10 of us. And I had to go take a leak. And I remember going into the bathroom and looking, down and taking care of business. And then as I was looking down and holding it and taking care of business, it dissolved in my hand and disappeared. And I had this like freak out moment of like, it went away, it's no longer there, and came bursting out of the bathroom. Like, and then we went to see Gladiator that night, and I remember the scene vividly when he's floating across the desert and he's all wounded and he's having like the sequence where he's like half dead and floating across the desert. And that scene has stuck with me over the years because I was just incredibly mind-altered, peaking at that moment, seeing Gladiator in the theaters. And that was the only time I ever experimented with that particular substance either, because that was a little too much. So those are the only 2 times I ever did anything that was outside of the partaking in the green substance. Never really got into that hard stuff.
We handle prep and post-op work, beginnings and ends.
Just the person I wanted to see.
Thankfully, no, my
Well,
butt
that
did not
wasn't
hurt
too
after
bad,
that.
was it?
Piece of cake.
You're a natural. And I'm not just saying that because I hired you.
That was a different party.
The Astro Lounge can be overwhelming for some, with all its bells and whistles. Tie that in with manipulating people who are the equivalent of their boss's boss. Most junior
Correct,
level ops would
AFK
start to
Mar.
show
That
their
was enough for
tracks.
me. I was like, no,
Overall,
where did it go?
Not bad for your first high-profile assignment. You even earned yourself a bonus, which Lyndon was more than happy to give.
We made it look easy. That's because of the skills.
Oh, that's right. That's because of the skills.
It's well deserved. Just keep making me look good, and there'll be more
Enjoy
where
the
that
day,
came
machine.
from.
It was the greatest movie
no
I'd ever
rest for the
seen
weary
at
at
the
Ryujin.
time, DSM.
We've got a decent backlog of assignments, and they just keep coming. So I hope you're still good to go. At least this next one will be a break from all the chatter.
From all the chatter. Okay, let's hear what's next.
Your next assignment is to remind the competitor of their place in the corporate food chain.
Some call it retaliation, but we like to think of it as tough love.
Tough love. Give me the details.
Most corporations live and die by public perception. Trusted products lead to a good reputation, which leads to profits. And, like it or not, we're all here for the profits.
Your assignment is to plant an ARC device. The ARC will allow us to frame our competitor for gross negligence and tank the public's perception.
Yes, Chris Shop. All of that I just explained happened between the time I was 17 and 20. So I got kicked out at 15 and 15 and a half. So from the time I was about 16 until I was 20, about 20. About the time I hit 20, I got it all out of my system, and it was like, I'm done. Like, yeah, it was. I had 3 or 4, like a good 4 years where I just. So the first place I lived when I was 16 years old, I was renting a room. So I was working nights at McDonald's at the drive-thru. I was the drive-thru cashier, and during the days I was flipping burgers at
Are you even listening?
Wendy's. And the manager at Wendy's he had a room in his apartment. He had like a 3-bedroom, I think it's like a townhouse in Ozark, Missouri. He had a room to rent, and it was super cheap. So I ended up renting a room from him. And his cousin was living with us at the time as well. And his cousin was a bouncer at one of the local strip clubs. So let's just say I had some incredibly liberating times for the year and a half or so that I lived at that house, because we had some of the craziest parties that it was good times. I had a lot of fun too much fun. I was also around a lot of stuff from the time I was, 16 until about 20. And the year and a half that we were at that house, there were some crazy things that went down, and parties and activities, and it was a very liberating, experimental place to be living. And I had a lot of fun. And then I was in Colorado when I was like
Hello.
17 plus, getting close to 18, and then by 19 I was just working all the time, and it's kind of got it out of my system. But it's crazy to think about, like, we did things in the pre-social media era, like my generation did. Like, there was no social media, there was no evidence of any of this stuff taking place. Like, I was seeing some I think it was yesterday, like, this 20-year-old kid who, like, I think they call it looks maxers or something like that. They're toxic man children. Anyway, he's like an IRL streamer, and he like
Are
OD'd
you even listening?
while live streaming, and like passed out in the middle of an IRL stream. And it just got me thinking back to, like, the stuff that we did was never captured on film or any sort of medium. It's just we went and did shit, which is, every kid is going to experiment when they get out on their own. The question is, what's the level of experimentation, and how do they, do they just dabble, or do they go all in? Some of that has to do with parental upbringing, but not always, because I grew up in a very strict religious environment, and believe me, I was like, because of that strict religious
Hello?
environment, I was like, oh my God, the world has all of these earthly pleasures. Oh, that was the name of the guy, DSM. That was the name of him, Clavicular. That's the name of the dude that I saw who, like, OD'd on the live stream yesterday. And then, like, they had, like, the news thing, and then he, like, makes a social media post about how, like, I'm no longer going to be doing IRL streams because it's dangerous for my health. And it's no, dude, you just have to learn self-control. Like, but that's when we had that discussion the other day about how social media is dangerous for youth, because it just teaches them the lack of compulsion and no self-control, and you're doing things for the views. And back in my day, we didn't do it for the views, we just did it for the lulz and for the experiments.
Hey, are we talking? Or
We are
what?
talking. I'll get the job done,
Good.
lady. We're
All you need
reminiscing
to
about
do
our
is
youth.
Plant the arc
God
on the
damn it.
service panel of your target. We can handle the rest from here. Do your best to make sure you aren't seen. The key is to make this look like a malfunction. And good luck. Keep it up, and you'll probably have my job soon.
I do have some stories, yeah. I have lots of good stories. Yeah, neighborhood you grew up in could contribute to it. Accidents happen in Hope Town.
To think one man made all of this. Nothing was here until Ron Hope.
Well, you know what? I got a pair of knee pads you can have if you need to go have some alone time with Ron Hope, Sam.
I don't want to hear any complaints. Keep an eye on your valuables.
This was literally nothing until Ron Hope came.
Oh, so Chris, this is funny. I think it was 2 or 3 episodes ago. We were, because I play Lord of the Rings online with my brother and my sister-in-law and my niece and nephew. And my nephew, I think, is 12 or almost 12. And we were all waiting to start, and I had already started the recording, and we'd been playing for, like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, and his sister was like, where's my brother? And my sister-in-law busts out with, oh, he's having one of those 45-minute showers. And I just laughed, and my brother goes, oh God. And then my sister-in-law goes, you're the one who needs to have a talk with him. And my brother's like, my sister-in-law is giving my brother shit, and then my brother's like, oh God, I know, can't I just give him a book or something?
Their motto always cracks me up.
But I'm just laughing because I remember those 45-minute showers when I was like 11 years old. And then my sister-in-law said something about, well, we know that there's at least one part of his body that's gonna be super clean. And I was dying laughing, because it's part of life. It's, if you have kids, it's gonna, there's gonna come a time when
except for the factory.
you have to just it's. I was having such a good laugh, because it's just like they are not looking forward to needing to deal with that part of their poor son becoming a teenager. Nick says, I'm 65. I feel bad for kids today. Social media has changed things, not for the better. Yeah, it's yeah. And there's only so much you can do, because because if they go to school, they're gonna see stuff at school, even if you don't let them have a device. One of their friends is gonna have a device, because there's gonna be a parent out there who doesn't care about, keeping a strict watch on their kid. So somewhere at school, they're gonna see some. I mean, even in the pre-social media days, because my parents were super strict, and I'll never forget when one of my cousins got a hold of a nudie mag, and that was like the best day of our lives. There's like 6 of us gathered around flipping through this thing, and it's like, you're gonna see stuff. And that's not even like, the corn stuff isn't even like the worst of it these days, because social media, people put really nasty stuff on social media that has nothing to do with like the corn stuff. You guys remember the website, God, it would have been in like the early 2000s, like, I think it was rotten.com, I think is what it was called. And you could there were things that nobody should ever see. And you could go see it if you were a teenager. Being a teenager, being online on the internet before all the parental controls and everything else. There was websites like that where it was like, there was just stuff that no teenager should be looking at. Yeah, that one, DSM. Not just pictures, like video clips and stuff. Yes, it is impossible to police your kids 24/7. Yep. Forbidden fruit.
Private sector. Now that's where
I think the worst of it, though, is we were talking about this the other day because of all the trolling. And, like, I remember we did the last company I worked with. So this would have been 2021, I think. 2021. The startup that I was working with was into journalism, and it was a publication, a journalistic publication, and they did a big piece on the rate of unaliving amongst the youth of the generation because of the influence of social media. And it was very disturbing because the bullying that I dealt with, which is somebody calls you a name, maybe the jocks pushes you around. I told the story about the basketball court, like jocks versus the cowboys versus the skaters versus, you know, you call each other names on the playground. Maybe there's some pushing, shoving, somebody's stealing your lunch, like, and then you just deck the dude and then he leaves you alone, you know, like that kind of bullying has always existed and always will. Look at baby chickens, look at baby cats, look at baby dogs, look at babies of any animal group on the planet that we live on, and there is bullying that happens to at least one, the runt of the litter, until the runt fights back and then they leave him alone. But that's just part of the human experience. It's part of living on planet Earth. There's going to be that kind of bullying. But social media has allowed that bullying to go from being just the physical bullying that everybody goes through to being an online form of bullying, to where, let's say, you know, you say the stupid thing in class, everybody laughs at the stupid thing you said, right? And you have a moment of embarrassment, and then 2 days later, everyone's forgot about it. But in today's world, somebody records that moment, puts it out on social media, and now you are being humiliated for the next 2 weeks, not just to the 50 people in your class, but to the 50,000 or 500,000 or 5 million people who view that clip. And the impact that that has on a young developing brain in terms of the emotional level of bullying that they are going through at that point, that transcends normal bullying, which is, you know, because we all get bullied. Every single one of us is going to get bullied at some point in our lives in school. We're all going to get called names. Somebody's going to push us. Somebody's going to laugh at us. That's part of growing up, and it's part of the experience of being on planet Earth. But that emotional level is what social media has allowed to persist. And that is... that's what I fear for the youth of today. Because I've seen what that has done to people who have unfettered access to social media and how that has impacted and created these higher levels of unaliving amongst teenagers because they, you know, a clip goes viral and it might have been something where 20 years ago everybody laughs at the stupid comment, you know, like let's say you're a kid and you have a shart in class and you shit yourself, you know, and everybody makes fun of you because you had poopy pants, you know. And that's something that back in the day would you know, people forget about it in 2-3 days because 2-3 days later somebody else is going to do something just as stupid. But now that stuff becomes permanent. It's online forever. People are laughing at you all over the world because of it, and that creates this mental depression that is impossible for some people to get away from. And then social media has also allowed school ground bullies to become perpetual bullies, because if they were just a school ground bully, they would get punched in the face and they would stop bullying people. But these days they can be a bully behind the screen as a keyboard warrior in total anonymity, and they just perpetuate that cycle, which is why we have what people like me go through on a daily basis, which is the online bullying that takes place where people continually harass you, send you death threats, you know, all that kind of stuff that you have to deal with if you're going to be in the public eye.
Back in the field by next week.
Let's not get political, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks. No politics on the channel. Appreciate it. So yeah, that kind of stuff,
This intel could blow a whole operation
you know,
out of the water.
it's one of those things. Social media is a great, powerful tool, but it can also be a very, very dangerous thing. Anyway, my niece and nephew are young. I don't know how long it's going to be till they get access to social
there.
media, but
Got an update for me?
correct, DSM. Back then, you could find refuge in your home because you could get away from the bullies, and now they just keep going forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. They
Good
come
work.
after you, and even when
Now
you're
I can
home,
let Masako
you're
know
not
how
safe.
much she'll enjoy watching the news tonight. Now, on to the next, right? Oh, but before I forget, the results of your Astral Lounge escapades are in. I'm happy to say that the deal was officially called off. Masako was pretty happy about the results, so she arranged for a small bonus through Linden. It won't buy you a new ship, but it's something.
Thanks for the bonus.
You earned it. So, back to business.
Yeah, there's
In
no
order to
recorded
stay on
evidence
top
of
the
anything I did
markets,
either, which
we
is
have
great.
to know what our competition is doing. The next assignment requires a more brute force approach, since the chances of them sharing that information is unlikely.
Okay. Ready for the details.
Good. Luckily, there aren't many, besides the
What's
usual.
up, Sweet Pea? It is
Your
going.
target is a prototype schematic for a new engine that
That's
Trident
right,
Luxury
Garrett. No
Lines
evidence.
is working on.
I did
According to
nothing
the
wrong.
rumors, it's projected to be 17% more efficient than any engine on the market. The current schematic was sent to their star yard to begin prototyping, so they could be in the office area or the factory floor.
Got it. One prototype engine
You'll
schematic
find the
coming up.
Trident Luxury Line star yard orbiting Aquila
That's
in the
right.
Cheyenne
Can't prove
system.
it. That's right, Garrett.
Remember, same rules apply.
There's no
don't
proof,
get caught,
man.
and don't make a mess.
The other thing too, I am very blessed in having the sounding board that I have, which is my wife, because she is witness to it, and she is also the subject of it because she's Mexican, and we get the racists coming into our chat every once in a while, and like we were coming home from dropping our niece off at school yesterday morning, and it's literally just around the corner. It's like 2 blocks from our house. Like I think it's like a 3-minute walk or something. It's very close. And we were coming back, and you know, we put the rooftop expansion on the house in January. I think it was January. Excuse me, which has eventually become an upstairs garden once we sort out the stairwell. And she was looking at. And she was the one who said this. She was looking at the rooftop expansion, and she said, "You know what the best part about all your trolls is?" And I was like, "What?" She's like, "They bought that rooftop expansion for us." I was like, I turned around and she just fist bumped me, and I was like, "God damn, I love my wife." Like, I don't, like, unprompted, she was like, "You know what the best thing about your YouTube trolls is?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "They bought that rooftop expansion." And I'm like, God damn, that's cold, honey. I love you. Boom, fist bump. Like, it's you have to be able to process it if you're going to be online. I don't think, like I said, in a perfect world, you make enough money to where you can distance yourself from the social media aspect, and you have a team that manages the social media for you. Or if you get wealthy enough, like some of the actors of the world, you just don't have social media at all, and you place yourself so far above that you don't even have to be on social media. But I'm still in a place where I need social media to survive, and so the only way to do that is to have a really thick skin. Ignore it, or in my case, monetize the fuck out of it. Like, someone pointed out, I guess there is someone recently who has become hyper fixated with me. And it's a new person. It's a new person who has become hyper fixated on me, and he has made multiple videos reacting to my videos on YouTube. And I think the most recent one, like, he put a wizard hat over me, and it's literally someone making rage bait content mocking my Renfail rant series, right? And I've probably had 150 messages from people over the last like 72 hours. Like, did you know? Did you know? Did you know? And I'm like, yes, I know. Like, I am aware that this person exists. Do I care? No. Because if I did care, that's the kind of shit that's a bully who was always a bully from the time they were a kid, and they have remained a bully their whole life, and they have become an adult bully who is an online bully. And you can either let that get under your skin, you can block them, or you can monetize it. and I choose to monetize it because there is no sweeter victory or vengeance than great success. And the best part about us is we have great success. And there are multiple ways to deal with that kind of stuff. Obviously, block those people, but don't be. I don't think you should be afraid of those people. You should definitely monetize that stuff, because everyone's gonna hate at some point. Everyone's gonna be a hater. Just monetize it, man. Like, it's the easiest free money you're ever gonna get. But I just thought it was funny because it got to the point where somebody actually brought it up in the Bethesda Discord today. They're like, I can't believe this person is trying to dunk on Renfail, and it's like, that's just what losers do, and I don't care because it's free money. So feel free to continue to pick apart my videos because it's more money for me, baby. We'll get another property this year probably. Probably. I don't know. Chris is already the one planning it out. She's like, she's like doing the numbers, and she's like, do we buy a car this year, or do you want to buy a third property? And I'm like, that's not a me decision. That's a you decision. Like,
So come on in to the crib.
humble brag.
Ready to take off, Captain.
Welcome to Freestar Space. We're gonna do a quick scan for contraband, and you can be on your way.
Sam.
All right, you're good. Welcome to Aquila City.
Sammy. Orbiting Aquila. Yeah, put it away, Sam. Now is not the time. I will admit, though, you guys got me reminiscing about travel earlier with all those Ireland shots. I haven't had the travel bug in a while because I really don't like dealing with airports anymore and stuff. But looking at those pictures, I think maybe I think it was in January.
What's on your mind?
We did a video on the Homestead channel of Palenque, Mexico, where my eye doctor is. And there's a section of the video when we are walking down the streets, and I've got the camera flipped around, and I'm recording Chris and I as we are walking down the street. And she literally wraps her arms around me and go, "This feels like old times," because that's all we used to do for a living, was just, we would walk around and we would film everything for our travel blog, and that was our living for a long time. And I think that it was funny because even she has those moments when it's like, it would be nice to go back on the road again and travel together, because it was a lot of fun traveling. Travel together is a lot of fun, but it's also expensive these days. I mean, travel was always, it was work, so I was happy to spend the money because it was work, because it was a tax deduction. But travel has always been sort of even when you're budget traveling, it's sort of like, not everyone can afford to go travel, even at a budget level. You should never take travel for granted, because even if you're traveling, it doesn't matter. Plane tickets cost money, hotels cost money, food costs money, travel insurance costs money, tours and all these other things cost money. So you have to have disposable income to be able to travel. And even if you're doing it on a budget, there is a level of luxury involved with traveling. But those screenshots, those pictures did get me jonesing for some travel.
Welcome to Trident Blood
There's very few places on the world, on the planet, that I haven't been to that I really want to go to. Because I kind of did on my whole bucket list. But one of the things I would love to do at some point, I think it'd be really cool, is if I get big enough, I would love to do a world tour where I just go around for like 6 months and visit all the places that we have community members in, and just go hang out for like 2-3 days and have beers and.
Excuse me.
Just be like, let's rock up to New Zealand, let's rock up to Australia, let's head over to Belgium, let's go to England, let's go to... Right, and just do it like some of those IRL guys do that, Petey. Like, they just do a big... What was his name? The Speed or whatever his name is? He just did like a big world thing. I think that could be cool. But obviously not do it in an obnoxious way. I think that could be fun. The problem is, invariably, psychopaths show up. Streaming wasn't even a thing back when Chris and I used to travel, so it's like, it's a whole different world now. Welcome to the Twitch channel, Bucci Bear. Thanks for the sub. Nah, it's not it either. The hardest part for us right now is the both of us can't go until we no longer have animals, and that's not going to happen for a long time. Like,
no offense, but do you belong here?
We need, you know, it's I am not the kind of cat dad who's going to like go off on vacation for 2 weeks and leave my animals with someone else.
Everything okay?
I'm just not that kind of a person. I don't think that's fair to the animals. I think if you're going to have an animal, you make a commitment to, you know, you make a commitment to the animal, or the animals in our case. So I'm not the kind of person that could just, we're going to go on a vacation and leave our animals with someone else or in a kennel or something. It's like, no. They are family members and they have needs and psychological things that, you know, just as much as human beings do. And so we are very much committed to, you know, at least one of us has to be here while all of our cats are, and hopefully our cats are with us for 15-20 years, you know. So we traveled a lot in our 30s, so it's kind of like we got to do it when we were younger. If we get to do it again, it'll be when we're in our 60s probably, and I think both of us are fine with that, because neither one of us can draw a pension until we're in our 60s, you know, assuming that Social Security kind of stuff is even still around. So I've still got like 18 years I can technically work before I can draw money out. So it's like, might as well just keep doing this. It's better than anything else I'm doing. But there's always a chance I might do something. You never know. Right, shady pet sitters. Nobody's gonna care about your pets the way you do. Nobody.
Welcome to Freestar Space. We're going to do a quick scan for contraband, and you can be on your way. All right.
I play with my brother. I talk to my brother almost on a daily basis. Yep. And we play games as a family unit every Sunday night, almost every Sunday night. Very close with my brother. We've founded 2 companies together.
If you got a thirst for
we still have our second game studio together, although we're not actively developing anything at the moment. But he's the only person I give a shit about in my real life family, so I've been very open about that. I'm pretty much no contact with my parents. My sister and I used to be really close, and then her husband is not, he and I don't get along, so I remember he blocked me on Facebook, like, right after their wedding. He, like, blocked me for, like, 6 years. And the only reason he unblocked me was because all of a sudden my old man started talking about, like, inheritances and divvying up the ranch, and suddenly my brother-in-law was like, I want to be your friend again on Facebook. And I was like, whatever,
the person
dude.
I wanted to see. You got that schematic?
So, nah.
Good work. R&D's been looking
very
forward
close
to
with my
this
brother.
one.
Don't care to be close with anybody
I need to deliver this to
else.
Vina so she can start the reverse engineering process. But first, Ulara wants to see you. I've upgraded your security level so you can access the.
And I've actually had no problems. It's funny to me too because my parents watch my streams from time to time.
An appointment.
I
won't be far
because my
behind
dad has tried to send me some.
get
And
lost.
I shouldn't say I'm 100% no contact because I will occasionally, you know, they send me messages on like Facebook and stuff. And recently, I know my dad got irritated that I wasn't answering my personal Facebook, so he came to my business Facebook page and like sent me messages, and I replied and was like, you know, it was like literally in the middle of my Bethesda trip, and I was like, I'm busy on a work trip. Thanks for reaching out. And that was it. But I have had no problems talking about that kind of stuff. I know a lot of people, you know, are like, don't like to talk about those types of things, but I think it's very important for the people out there who are suffering from those types of things. I think it's good to discuss the benefits of getting toxic people out of your life, going no contact, whether it's with family members or friends. Personal space and mental sanity. I have a younger brother who I'm very close with, I said, but I have another brother who was 2 years younger than me who unalived himself. And he unalived himself because of a very toxic home environment. And
Can I help you?
so that's something I've always and that happened. I told everybody this. I wrote a book about it when I was in the middle of when I was still big in the travel industry. I wrote a book. I don't even know if you can find it anymore, but it was called Beyond Borders: The Social Revolution, and I literally wrote this book about the dangers of social media and the dangers of modern addiction to credit and credit scores and being plugged into the matrix and all this other stuff. And it was all about, you know, watching my brother, you know, go through what he went through and then receiving zero support from our parents for any of it. And it was just like, you know, I think that because so my wife's family has always treated me, it's one of the reasons we live here. Like, my mother-in-law is one of the coolest people I've ever met. She is super sweet, super nice, has always been very generous to us. She's the one we bought this property from. She kept offering it to us over the course of like 5 years, and we were always traveling. It was like, we're not ready to settle down. Thank you, but no thank you. And in the middle of the pandemic, we were getting really tired of being in Mexico City, and I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and buy that place and just let's have it to have it. And then we decided to move here, and it's the best decision we ever made. And I was initially super reluctant to come out here because the internet sucked. Like, we were here. Chris had an ectopic pregnancy in 2014, which was public. It was on our travel blog, and we came here to stay here for the 6 months that she was recovering from surgery, so that she could be with the family and everything. And when we were here in 2014, there was no internet. Like, I had a DSL. What was it called? Was it DSL connection? It was like a phone line internet thing, right? It's called DSL, right? Which was a step up from like a old phone modem. So I had a 3 megabyte upload and 3 to 6 megabyte download and a half a megabyte upload. That's the internet I had in 2014. That's the only thing that existed here in 2014. So when we bought this place, I was terrified that the internet wasn't going to be available. And then we found out that they had cable. So when we moved to this place, I did have cable internet from day one, but it was not very stable. And I was joking about this the other day. Like I in the early year of 2022 when I was streaming, a lot of my streams in 2022 I did from my 3G phone off the 3G network, and sometimes I would get 4G signal because the internet, the cable was unstable at best. And then about a year and a half into living here, so the telephone company had fiber optic going through town like 45, like maybe about 2 years before we moved here. But I couldn't get it because it was 2 blocks down from my house. Chris and I went to the phone company and I offered to pay. I was like, I'll pay, like, I think I offered like $5,000. I was like, I'll pay like $5,000 like for you guys to run the line up to my house and put a fiber box, and you guys can sell it to everybody else in the neighborhood. I'll pay for the installation. Like, I'll pay for you guys to run that line 2 blocks up to my house. And like, unfortunately, we can't do that because, it's because they have subsidies with the government. So they can't do expansions without government approval. So I was like, well, shit. But then a local company, and I've been with, this is the internet connection that I still use to this day for my streaming, is that there's a local company who started selling Wi-Fi service to everybody off in the distance, like a radio tower Wi-Fi. And that guy is a tech for the phone company. And so he basically has the fiber. He's got a 1 gigabyte fiber line downtown, and then him and his crew ran around town and installed fiber lines everywhere on top of offering this Wi-Fi service. So I got the week that they put their fiber line on the telephone pole in front of my house, I went and got fiber, and it's the same price. They have never raised their price, knock on wood. When I started, it was 15 up, 15 down symmetrical, and now it's a 90 up, 90 down. So they've increased the speed over time. I don't really often get 90 down anymore. Like, I usually get like 25, 30 down, but it's always 90 up. Like, and I don't need more than that to stream. So knock on wood, like, I've had very stable internet the whole time we've lived here. And so moving here was the best decision we ever made. And my family, Christina's family, is just fucking amazing. Like, they are so great. They're just good people. And yeah, it's hot and we live in the middle of nowhere, but having getting rid of the toxic elements in your life and surrounding yourself with people who are good people. You are who you surround yourself with. So I'm a big fan of protecting that personal space and that personal sanity. And if you got to go no contact with people, go no contact. Yeah, Starlink is great. My brother has Starlink. Their ranch is out and they can't get any internet, so my brother's had Starlink at their ranch for like the whole time they've been there. And I think it's like, because my sister-in-law works from home, and does video calls and everything else. I think it's like they get like it's like a 30, like 30-30. It's like 30 to 50 down and 25 to 35 up. And then on like cloudy days it'll be like 15-20 up and like 25 down, but it's more than enough for what she needs to work from home. And when I was there I helped them move, and I was streaming from his house when I was there in June, like, I didn't have any problems with my streams. There would be the occasional little like hiccup in the middle of a stream, but it was always just like the bit rate would drop for a second and then it would come back. So I was like, man, Starlink is pretty awesome for van life, for all the remote stuff. We have a bunch of animals, Sweet Pea. There's a homestead channel if you end up getting interested. We don't post a ton of content on there, but like a few times a year I'll post stuff over there. But we have, I think we're getting close to like 20 ducks. We had like 30 plus at one point. We have about a dozen chickens. Chris has been butchering the male ducks off one by one about every 2 weeks. And I think we're down to 3 or 4 male ducks, and she wants to take it all the way down to just having 1, and then we're trying to sell. Because the ducks were an experiment that she ended up not liking, because they destroyed every bit of greenery we have in our backyard. They're just a messy, They're so fucking cute, but they are messy and obnoxious. And she spends 3-4 hours a day just cleaning the backyard, cleaning up chicken shit, duck shit, eggs and duck feathers, and yeah, that's her day to day is grandniece, ducks and chickens, and then butchers an animal every couple of weeks. And she had a lady come by last week who bought one of the butchered ducks and then was talking about coming back and buying 2 females and a male. So hopefully she comes back and actually buys those, because we're trying to get rid of the ducks. We'd like to get down to where we only have the 3 ducks that we were originally given. Those are the ones we want to keep, because those are the only 3 we named. And they are super cute, but having 30 ducks was way too much when you have an enclosed space and they can't just go roam. They're Muscovies, and they just destroy everything, man.
Name and appointment. Confirmed. Ularu is wrapping up a meeting with Genevieve. You can wait here or
What's
in
up,
the lobby
Dokes?
area. I'll let you know when she's ready to see you. I see Imogene Salso is supposed to be with you.
I'm right here, Maeve.
Good. It should just be a moment. Well, sooner than I thought. Looks like Ularu's ready now.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Is that always your response? I don't want another PR mess on my hands.
Yes, Viv, because you're too good at your job. No, we can talk details later. My next appointment's here.
Fine, but you can break this news to Alexis at our next meeting.
God, I love Ulara's outfit.
You're finally here. The one I've been hearing so much about. I'm Ularu Chen, head of operations here at Ryujin.
Oh, chickens they will
what do you
eat
think of your new
everything
job so
and kill everything. So yeah, we have an unfortunately they will take care of anything and everything. So we had this is the last batch of ducklings we had. We didn't know it until later. The duck nest was right up against the outside of the chicken coop, and we had chicken wire, and not chicken wire, but like a special type of mesh, which is smaller than chicken wire. It's like 1/2-inch square, like mesh grid, and we didn't know that it had come loose at the bottom, and it had gotten pushed out a couple of inches, and we had 2 chickens that were brooding underneath that chicken coop area back in that, and we had some ducklings that got into the chicken coop in the middle of the night when they were 3 days old, and the chickens took care of them because they saw them. They came in at like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's pitch black, and they just saw intruders, and they took care of the ducklings and left nothing but the beaks and the feet. And it was like, yeah, chickens are, so many people think that chickens are vegetarians. Chickens are not vegetarians. Chickens are omnivores, and they will eat anything and everything. They will eat, you can literally chuck the carcass of like a chicken that you've like bought from like a rotisserie chicken, and you just chuck the carcass out there, and they will pick it clean and take all but the bones. Like, they don't care. Like, they will eat everything. So mice, snakes, beetles, cockroaches, like anything that moves. Yeah, animals are ruthless. For sure, United. For sure. The snakes is the coolest thing to watch them take out, for sure. Dokes got pulled over by the fuzz. It's Starfield.
And that's an
yeah,
answer.
they're freaking dinosaurs,
Not the
man.
best, but certainly not
They're
the
totally
worst.
raptors.
At least I can assume you're not out to tell me what I want to hear, which is somewhat refreshing. Now, my dear Genie here says you've been through the basics of what we do and pulled off success every time.
5 successful standard assignments and 1 specialized.
Oh, a few incidents here and there, but nothing we can't
There have
handle,
been 0 incidents,
right?
bitch.
I happen to have a personal assignment that I'd like to send you on. One that involves meeting up with an outside contact. Jeannie seems to think you're more than capable of handling it.
He's the best operative I've ever hired.
Let's not forget the only operative you've ever hired. Meeting with outside contacts isn't always as straightforward as your past assignments. Some can be fickle or demanding, so you'll need to decide how to handle them and what decisions to make on the fly.
Understood.
Good, because if not, I can't imagine we have much use for you here at Ryujin. Your contact is Simon Rychek. He claims to have information on a new project that Infinity Ltd is working on.
Okay.
He said it's a game changer that Ryujin would be especially interested in. So his asking price is the big thing to consider. Finance will reimburse up to 1,000 credits. So if you have negotiation skills, use them.
Copy that.
Oh, you'll get the information if you want to hang on to your job. Now, in order to confirm your identity, Simon prefers code phrases. I'll let Jeannie give you the details on this one because the concept is just beneath me.
Simon is into sports, so he enjoys any opportunity to talk about them. At some point, he'll casually say, "Looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year." You get to respond with, "Razor Derby is the only real sport." Got it?
You see, this is why I could never be a spy. Razor Derby is just terrible. I could never say that.
Got it.
You'll find him in Sidonia, so I hope your ship's fueled. Just look for him above the Lux condos in the plaza.
Yeah, I would love this outfit,
You
Sweet
spoke
Pea.
very highly of this one, Jeannie. Let's hope he doesn't make a liar out of you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to take care of.
Thanks for
She's kind of low-key, like, executive sexy, too. Like, I have a feeling that she would want to peg me, but... You know?
Don't wander into any
sometimes...
restricted areas.
This could be the most important meeting.
I've got my eye on you.
Do what you gotta do to work your way up that corporate ladder. Gray says, but according to a video I saw online, feeding chickens a vegan diet gives you vegan eggs. The funny thing to me is people who think that, I always laugh at vegans who won't eat eggs. Because, and then they will rant about people who do eat eggs, and it's like, they talk about animal cruelty and all this stuff, and it's like, you do realize that a chicken is gonna shit out an egg every single day, regardless of whether you eat it or not. Like, eggs are a natural byproduct of chickens and ducks and any egg-laying creature, right? And but you shouldn't, just don't eat the egg. It's a life. If it's an unfertilized egg, there ain't no life in it. It hasn't been fertilized. But animals. Sweet Pea says I run Darkstar so I can make that outfit at the Imperial bench. Nick 2 says you can get it with console commands.
You can feel the age and history here.
I think my favorite are the idiots who try to feed their cat or dog a vegan diet because they're vegan. And so they're like, my dog is a vegan, my cat is a vegan, and it's like, oh, you're literally killing your animal. You're literally you are killing your animal. You're starving it to death because it's not getting any of the nutrients it needs.
Stay away from the sixth circle.
He eats a clean diet of delicious spinach and peas and carrots, and he is the healthiest cat you're ever going to meet. He doesn't believe in eating meat because meat is evil.
Almost break time. Come on. You can make it.
I need to find a real bar. You lost? Or just come to ask an out-of-work miner how his day's going?
I like you some friendly conversation.
Only good thing worth talking about these days is sports. Speaking of, looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year.
Razor Derby's the only real sport.
You're damn right it is. I heard they were sending someone new. Nice to see you made it. I have information on a deal being proposed between Infinity Ltd and Deimos Stockyards. It's my belief that your employers would be highly interested in the details. So I'm upping my price. It's steep, yes. But that is why I'm also offering a little side job if you can't pay up.
Either Ryujin is stiffing us with their expenses, or Laughing Boy over here has an overvalued sense of importance.
Let's see if we can persuade him.
For this little tidbit?
Dehydrated water.
Believe me.
Oh man.
I know exactly what this is worth.
Alright. Let's see, negotiating the price part of how this works.
That depends on just how good your negotiation skills are. Alright, I'll lower the price. But that's my final offer. Unless
I remember when I was a kid, my
job
dad had a
now.
guy who worked for him, and he came over to help us clean out the barn one time because they were in between projects, and we were throwing out rotten chicken eggs, and he started like having a meltdown. He was a druggie, and he literally had a like psychological meltdown about chicken abortion as we were throwing out these rotten eggs, and it's like my mom had to like talk him down because he was literally having this meltdown about us killing chickens, and she's like, these are rotten eggs, like, first and foremost, like, there is no baby inside of this. It's here, open it up, and it's, you know, fetid and rancid, you know. But
Hello?
he was just
We're still talking
losing
here.
his mind about chicken abortion. It was just like, God damn.
I knew you'd see reason. The information I have is on a deal for something called Project Dominion. I'm giving
That's
you
right.
2
Yeah,
slates.
we delicious
They
chicken,
contain
baby.
surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a 3rd slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion.
I do love my
off this
eggs.
computer yourself. Nice doing business with you.
Eggs and milk, meat. I like food. Listen to the audio file.
What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what? Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. It's even got a catchy code name. Project
Dominion. Cheese is delicious.
Sounds like world domination to me, buddy. I'd buy into that in a heartbeat. Right? I'm telling you, this Project Dominion is the real deal. We ought to be selling this.
Some are, Garrett. Some are more tasty than others.
Quantum. Hell.
I did not like turtle
The Astral
when I
Lounge
had
making
turtle.
Ryujin Industries beg for that tech.
I was not a fan of turtle soup.
That'd be the greatest irony of them all.
I've had bear. Bear was not very good either.
Dominion is finally gonna put Infinity first.
It was
We'll beat Ryujin at their
I think it was brown. It's been a long time ago when I was a kid. It was like brown bear, I think. I did not care for it. It was really, really pungent, gamey.
Acknowledges the efforts of its citizens to make our city a happy and productive place to work.
Yeah, bear. I was not a fan of bear. Yeah, that rank, greasy. You're not right. Yeah, it was not. I did not like it. I've also had shark. I didn't care for shark. Shark was like overwhelmingly fishy. Alligator's pretty good. I've had alligator a couple of times. Trying to think about like really weird stuff I've eaten.
You know, there's nothing wrong with breakfast for dinner. Or lunch.
or dessert. It's all
UC Exchange is a great place to buy your weapons.
Ooh,
Just
beaver?
make sure to keep them holstered.
Sounds to me like you're eating the wrong kind of beaver if it's greasy and funky DSM. But tis. Sorry, not sorry. Yes, gator tail is good. I've had gator tail a couple of times. I like gator. At least the times I've had it, it's been good. We do, so I think it's called a gar, if I'm not... The first time I had it, I was like, what the frack is that thing? So it's like, the one we had was about 2 feet, maybe 2.5 feet long. And it's got, I think it's called gar in English, but it's a long, skinny fish that almost looks like an eel and has a really long nose and teeth. And my brother-in-law was cooking it. It was Christina's brother, and he was cooking it on the grill, and I was like, what is that? And it's a local fish that you can find in the river here. And it has got to be one of the best river fish I've ever had. Like, the flavor is just so good. And then my favorite ocean fish is, red snapper. Like, I really like snapper. Yeah, gar. It's a really good fish, like a really good river fish. I've never had ostrich. I've never had whale either. Tasted like liver. I like liver. I like chicken livers, beef livers. Oh, I'm sure, Gray. Like, and in South Korea, you'll eat different things too. Different cultures have different things to eat. Barbecued beaver. All right, let's do a quick save here.
We know. You're good at hiding it. Well, yeah, but...
Do I know you? Can I help you with something?
I need to borrow your PC. Okay. Oh, there's been a break-in at Luke's condominiums.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
They're interviewing occupants and need your statement.
Yeah, with all the occupants already there, I'm sure they'll still be aligned by the time I'm done here. That, and I don't even know who you are. If security wants me, they'll come talk to me themselves.
You not showing up would flag you as a suspect.
I highly doubt that. I can't be the only one that won't make it there immediately.
He's not buying my logic, man.
Suspects me. I've been here all day, and these people can attest to that. And as for stuff being stolen, I wish I could say I had something of value, but hey, I work for Infinity Ltd, not Ryujin Industries.
Ostrich tastes like beef? It sounds kind of
no
good,
offense if
man.
You live here, but fresh air.
Well, I'm not getting him off his computer, apparently. Wait, did I just do this with him sitting at his computer? Is it really gonna let me do that? Yak tastes like beef, just a little leaner. Man, that sounds good. I've been caught tampering with a lock. Can I do this before they come get me and all I do is pay a fine? I don't know. That's why I quick saved. Oh, I think Chris is cooking steak for breakfast. I'm smelling it.
Tried hacking once. Still have a scar from it.
UC security, you're under arrest. I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Prepare for immediate transport to our vessel.
Oh, I don't want to do SysDef stuff. You're not gonna tell me what's going on here.
I've been authorized to inform you that you're being transferred to the...
Yeah, see, this is
Other
gonna...
than
They're
that,
pushing
I'm
me
not
into
at
the
liberty.
UC,
We have orders to transport you and your vessel. Any deviation... Have it your way!
Don't hurt them!
That's why I quick saved. Like, of course he saw me. I wonder if I could sneak and do it. Because it didn't even give me the option to like get him to leave his desk, like persuade.
You haven't exactly been very good at hiding it. Well, yeah, but...
Sorry, don't have time to talk right now. Can I help you with something?
Hard deck was also possible back in the days. Jesus, that's true.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
That sounds great. You don't have to ask me twice.
What's to steal? That, and I don't... If security...
Just trying to help.
Hey, I get it, believe me. But I'm just not as worried about it as you. If security suspect... And as for stuff being stolen...
I'm a bit busy at the moment. Lots of business operations to operate and all that.
Oh, I'm still wearing that stupid outfit. Hold up. You get more options if you use your scanner? No, I didn't mean to quick save. God damn it! I meant to load and then I quick saved instead. Fuck. Well. Where's my last autosave? Yeah, I fucked that up. Alright, well, I wonder if I can go scan him now. Probably not, since I've already done it. I don't see how scanning him doesn't... I don't have any options when I'm scanning him.
No offense if you live here. Fresh air.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't have that skill, so... Like I said, like, people should just wait. He'll leave. We're in the middle of a day shift. Oh. I think I have a sneeze. Hopefully I muted myself in time. Oh shit, what time is it, by the way? 7:30? Alright.
Do you work for me? It's hard to keep track these days.
I need him to go away so that he doesn't see me. Is he just gonna hang out all night?
You, doing the thing? Hell, I got no idea how hackers speak.
Goddamn Sam. Sam. Oh my goodness. You doing that thing you do with the picks and stuff? Oh man, that's awesome. Poor Sam, he's so naive. He's probably only ever done it missionary style. Him and Sarah both. We're supposed to put a sheet between us when we do it.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours. Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Well, that took longer than expected.
Bitch,
I hope
please.
whatever information Simon had was worth it. Project Dominion? That can't be right. Give me a moment to run a decryption. Let's see. Got the key, deciphering, and done. Well. Looks like our friend Simon wasn't joking. Project Dominion isn't an Infinity LTD prototype.
That's right.
It's one
Slicing.
of ours.
Star Wars.
They didn't even bother to scrub the name. Meaning someone never thought they'd get caught. Come with me. Masako needs to hear about this.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, I like your armor. I like your armor a lot. Yeah, espionage side questing with a little side of sniffles and sneezes. I did take an allergy pill, so I'm hoping it's just allergies. But my grandniece has been sick all week, so I've been also taking lots of vitamins and hoping
Hey,
that I don't pick up the creeping crud from
Ularu?
school.
What is this about? Who is this?
This is our latest junior operative. I sent him on an assignment to rendezvous with an informant. But here's the real news. Infinity LTD has gotten their hands on Project Dominion.
Impossible.
Not only that, they're trying to sell it under their own name.
Of course they are. We need fines to investigate this immediately. Since you found this information, I am trusting you to help investigate.
I can do
You
that.
see, Project Dominion is confidential. It requires a high security clearance to even know it exists.
Ooh.
If Infinity LTD has obtained any information on it, that means we have a very well-connected mole within our corporation.
Well, we can't allow that mole to get their hands on any more.
Exactly. I want you to go see
I
Dr.
really
Fines,
can't wait to get to
our Chief
Terran
Security
Armada stuff,
Officer.
Sweet Pea. I'm so far
I'll
away,
send
though,
him
with
the
this character,
details.
because I'm only level
You've brought
25.
an enormous
But
security
I love the
violation to our
ships, I love the
attention.
outfits, I
So
love the
I
weapons.
trust your help in any way possible. And thank you. Some operatives may
Yeah, I
have
woke up
seized
this
this
morning,
as an
Fist of Fury,
opportunity for
with like
extortion.
sniffly nose,
It's good to know
tickling
your
in the nose,
loyalty
and
lies
sneezing.
with
So I took an allergy pill. I'm hoping it's just allergies. But I can also say, like, our grandniece has been like
Dalton.
snotty nose and stuffy all week. So I'm like, no,
Cut the crap.
I love you, little munchkin, but don't make me sick.
Along with some files to your computer.
I'll be ready.
Not for this one, but I trust you'll get it done.
The Ryujin CEO is no joke in the boardroom.
Good. You're here. So, thanks to your work in Sidonia, I'm told someone here has leaked information on Project Dominion to our adversaries at Infinity Ltd.
Suddenly we're working.
A mole within the company means
for
a
the
failure
Empire.
in my department.
It's
We're
the
initiating
Imperial
Security
presence.
Directive
We're
Theta,
working for the Empire
which means
now.
a full sweep of every employee in this building, Masako and myself included.
We're going to take care of it.
We certainly are. Directive Theta has one unique case, and that's Ularu Chen. The directive calls for a specialized programmer known as Nyx to investigate her, but he'll need your assistance for an unusual assignment.
I take it Nyx is trustworthy?
We don't deal in trust here. Think more in terms of mutual benefit and leverage. And in this case, it's mutual benefit. Nyx will be giving you a program to run on Ularu's computer that will pull any data needed to prove her guilty or innocent. Your job is to infiltrate Ryujin Tower as an anonymous outsider in order to run this program completely off the books. This means your keycard will be turned off, and the security guards in the building will consider you to be trespassing.
Sounds like you're risking the lives of your own team.
If that's a joke, it isn't funny. We're trusting you to get this job done as discreetly as possible. In the meantime, I'll ensure all non-essential employees, Ularu included, have left the building, claiming routine security maintenance. During that time, I'll be unlocking access to the tower's ventilation system, which you can utilize to help avoid detection.
Okay.
I'm also issuing you a disruptor, which should help in avoiding casualties should a worst-case scenario turn up.
Okay.
Good. No one can know about this, not even our own guards. So stealth will be of utmost importance.
I am not a stealthy dude.
You'll meet Nyx at Madame Sauvage's place. He knows Directive Theta has been enacted.
Well, first things first. Equip the Nova Blast, just in case.
Don't cause any trouble.
Don't get in my way, there won't be no trouble.
Whew. Ryujin certainly spared no expense.
Yeah, I vaguely remember doing this with my stealth-based character and having a challenge, so I'm not sure what this is gonna be like with a character who doesn't have stealth. Oh, by the way, for everybody waiting, I am after breakfast this morning.
Bad part of town, buddy.
I am recording
I'ma
my
do you a
Dunkin'
favor.
Egg
Head back to
review.
Bayou Plaza before
So,
the disciples get
Night of the Nine Kingdoms. I'll have that out after breakfast. It's on my list from yesterday. It's getting done today. There's also a new video up from Owlcat Gaming on how they write their romances in their games that I want to cover. I'm going to try to do that today after the stream as well.
Hey, your ass not mine on the line. Whole area's gone to hell. Us crate rats used to think the Ebside strikers were awful, with all the muggings and shakedowns, but now that they're on the ropes, kinda wish they weren't just holed up in Madame Sauvage's. Streets are getting bad. Well, you'll find them at... So, what with the disciple? Hey, dang.
I don't think I was given a suit yet. I was only given the weapon. I don't think I get the suit until after I talk to the the next guy. Because I do remember getting like an operative suit too, yeah.
It's messed up when a guy like me is better off than those people carving chasm or working a desk job. You got an appointment? 'Cause if not, consider this area reserved.
I'm here on Ryujin's behalf.
Oh yeah, Dalton's little errand runner. I've written up a program just for the occasion, but as Ryujin knows, it's yours for either a price or a favor.
Sorry guys, I'm trying to mute myself now when I have that stuff going on.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
¿Qué pasa con su cara, mamá? Okay, breakfast is ready. Okay, voy. Gracias. That was funny. She said breakfast. She mixed her English and Spanish, but she has yogurt all over her face. Oh, poor. Oh, that was funny. She literally, so my granny's just stepped in to tell me breakfast was ready. She said, breakfast está lista. She couldn't remember the word ready. But she had yogurt all over her face. And like, she has no shirt on, so she has yogurt all over her face and all over her chest. What a cute munchkin.
Yeah, I hope so. Not if I...
We got steak and eggs for breakfast, so...
Unlike you, this is more... Now pay up. A pleasure, as always. Your job is simple. Just once you're done, bring...
Alright.
Here's the slate. I'll be waiting.
Yeah, maybe I guess I don't... Someone is saying you don't get the suit until the last quests. Yeah, I guess I'm breaking it on my own. But that is going to be next time, everybody. My breakfast is here. We're 3 hours and 40 minutes in, so that's a good stopping point for me for the morning stream. I should be back this afternoon for more of Replaced as we continue to work our way through that game on the Xbox Game Pass program. More stuff coming out on YouTube this morning after breakfast. I am going to be sitting down to do some video productions. We're going to do my Dunkin' Egg review and also that Owlcat video, cover that Owlcat article they published on romances, which I think is really cool. So stay tuned, more stuff coming. I'll have another guide for Starfield out tomorrow morning and more stuff this afternoon, so thanks for hanging out. Don't forget the socials, the Discord, all the other stuff, and we'll catch everybody in the next one.